addicted to success.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 120.
What up? 120.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod guys, and with me is the best man in all the podcast land, my best man, Mr. B. Hill.
Hola, hola. Fuckers up. Hope y'all alright.
Hey, how are you?
Life's good. How about you?
Life is good on my end. I think that life is good. I think that life is good on my end. How was your weekend? Did you celebrate the 4th?
I didn't celebrate the 4th, no. I mean, I was on the 4th celebrating shit, but not the 4th. I was enjoying the outside weather, but nah, I won't celebrate.
What you do?
I just, what did I do? I didn't really do shit. I ended up like around 7:30. I went to my homeboy house for a little bit, but I ain't do shit. I just kicked it.
Yeah.
Same old quarantine day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, do nothing special with the kids.
Nah. I mean, we had a couple fireworks, but
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't nothing like, I won't celebrate the shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a, regular day.
Regular day.
When was it? Friday? Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, just a regular Saturday in quarantine when you can't do shit.
Yeah, facts. I
ain't doing shit. Clearly, y'all motherfuckers are doing shit. I'm not doing shit. I'm just cooling.
A lot of people are doing a lot of shit. Like,
that's a fact.
I saw this video in Atlanta.
With the pool compound, you motherfuckers nuts.
With
motherfuckers is nuts in
pool.
compound. That's compound. I done been to compound several times. This is a big ass fucking club and it's dope. But these niggas got a whole pool in that bitch. Like, that is genius, but goddamn, fuck no.
No, not for now. Like,
yeah, none of
on the scale of risk for contracting COVID, share a pool just off some regular shit is high. Like, the scale goes from 1 to 10 and pool is like 7 or 8, right? And these niggas is like in the pool basically having sex on each other, all in each other faces, strangers, faces and asses, all types of shit.
It's wild. It's wild for sure. Like, I don't know. Like, and I don't even think that shit got chlorine in it. I think that shit just like some water.
That shit was definitely just some water.
That shit was just some water. Niggas definitely got no chlorine levels in that shit. That shit is crazy. Like, that shit, niggas had a whole lake in that motherfucker.
They probably didn't even Lysol that bitch before they put that water in it. Like,
crazy. And
niggas was in that bitch deep. Like,
hell yeah, motherfuckers was in that bitch like it was outside. And like that shit was summertime outside. Matter of fact, I don't see that many people in niggas at a pool party that many people.
Facts.
That shit was fucking crazy, man.
Facts.
That shit looked like a goddamn. That shit looked fun as hell. I ain't even gonna hold you. That shit
looked fun if it were not a pandemic going on.
Right,
hell yeah,
exactly.
That shit would have been fun.
That shit looked
so a lot
fun
of shit that's fun without cooties everywhere. Like, hell yeah, that shit looked fun. But like when I saw all I saw was like
post-pandemic or pre-pandemic, would you have gotten in the club, in the pool, in the club?
No. If it were like, I would have went. I would have went.
I'd have definitely had to seen that bitch.
I would have went. However, I don't think I would have been in the pool at the club. Like, if it were a pool party, like in a ground pool, but yeah, I might would have, like partied a little bit, but nah.
Okay.
Like, that shit was too close for comfort, like on a regular day, the way they was getting busy in that bitch.
Niggas sloshing around and shit. If I had some, like, a fit on and that shit in the, listen, I'd be mad as a bitch. Like, I wouldn't even go over there for real. I'd probably go from a distance, but I'd be mad as hell if you motherfuckers, like, sloshing around and throwing people in the pool and some fucking shit get all on my clothes. I'd be mad as a bitch.
And then you know how niggas like to throw chicks in the pool and shit and think that shit funny. I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been there at all. I think it's, Atlanta is an interesting place because it's one of the few places that's still open, regardless. Like everything pretty much, a lot of things are open. I would say that the city is probably about 80% open, right?
Yeah.
And people are coming here because it's open.
And it's Atlanta. In addition to that.
Yeah. And
niggas is coming because it's Atlanta and it just so happens to be open. Like niggas will come to Atlanta. Like Atlanta's that shit. You know what I'm saying? On
Very
just
true.
a normal day. So.
Very true.
And now that shit is the only thing open, Jesus. But it's crazy.
And it's everybody. It's black people, white people. Everybody is coming to Atlanta because the restaurant's open.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everything is pretty much open. So droves of people are coming here every day. And not to mention the weekend where it's just super crazy. Like these places that y'all are seeing like online, like Compound and Edgewood and all these other clubs in Atlanta being so packed like that. Now, granted, these places are popular regardless. However, you can tell that the pandemic has brought out more people than normal to these same spots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it like
Compound that shit though? Compound that shit. That was like the biggest club I'd ever been into. All the clubs in Atlanta that I ever went to was fucking amazing. Like, I've been to a lot. Like I went to 112. 112 was dope. I went to Visions. Visions was dope because it was like the BMF time and all the niggas like Big Meech. Like I seen Big Meech in my life and I didn't know who he was at the time. Like once I left, I found out who he was. I was like, yo, them niggas probably spent at least it was like a Wednesday. They probably spent about 50 to 60 grand in there. Like just order. It didn't want nobody in the fucking club. Like it was just, it was Atlanta popping. I mean, it was here popping, but not Atlanta popping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, niggas was deep as fucking.
I think a Wednesday in Atlanta is like, a Wednesday club in Atlanta is probably like a regular club on the weekend. Then like the weekend is just super ridiculous. Like nigga. Super ridiculous.
For sure.
And then it's like certain clubs and stuff like, once I moved to Atlanta, I don't really go to them places no more. Like I don't go to like Compound shit like that no more. You know what I mean? For sure. One, cause they be trying to hit your head. Two, or the tourists love it. And that's why they try to hit niggas' heads. Right. So, you know, normally you came from out of town or you a nigga that just want to be seen somewhere.
Yeah.
If you go in the Compound, dope club. I'm not saying that's not. It's an amazing club.
It's a place to go. For sure. Not now. I wouldn't advise it, but don't listen to me.
Not on 7/7/2020. Shit, no. Not on 7/7/2020.
In 2020 period. That shit. 2020 is a dub.
Is anything going on there? Like, is it any illegal parties and shit going on? Cause North Carolina is pretty shut down still, or is it open?
Nah, the clubs and shit open.
Really?
I mean, it's like
I didn't know
2.
that.
It's phase 2.
Like, going on
the gyms ain't open, like gyms and shit like that, but like barbershops, in seating, in-house, what is it? In restaurant seating? I don't know what the fuck I was trying to say, but yeah, motherfuckers sit inside. It's like, you know, occupancy levels and shit like that, but yeah, nah, it ain't phase. We still in phase 2. We were supposed to go in phase 3, like,
I don't even know the phases anymore. Like, yeah, I don't even know the phases anymore.
Cooper handling that shit pretty good though. I mean, yeah, Governor Cooper, he's doing a pretty remarkable job, in my opinion, just from everything that he's had to handle since. So for all my people in North Carolina, I think he's doing a pretty good job in terms of handling the situation because he hasn't opened because North Carolina was reaching its highest levels. Because again, we got beaches, so. Like, you know, a lot of people gonna flock to the beach, you know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, North Carolina has an entire coastline that has awesome beaches, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what makeup, you know what I mean? Like where the highest, portions of, Corona is popping up. I haven't, looked at it too deep, but one would imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause we got a lot of tourists that come to North Carolina that got beach homes and shit like that. And, so I don't know. Yeah. But I do know the south side of Raleigh has the 3rd highest fucking, Corona cases in the fucking state. That zip code. So that shit is fucked up. 27610 for all the niggas from Raleigh is
27610.
For sure. That shit is the 3rd highest. This was as of like 2 weeks ago. 3rd highest fucking zip code with coronavirus. And if you know anything about the south side of Raleigh, it's predominantly, well, it's getting whitewashed now, but it's still a lot of black people on that side. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, fucked up.
Yeah, that's I personally this whole COVID situation and with the movement that's going on, this has opened my eyes to people and how we give humans way too much credit. Like, we give people way too much credit for, or I know I do, for just having like common sense.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, for sure. Like
common sense. And I can take an opinion that differs from mine, right? I can take that. That's fine. I don't have no problem with that. What I have a problem is when you loud, wrong, and strong and don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you know you wrong. You don't give a fuck that you wrong, and you still being loud with your wrongness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how, as of right now, you don't believe that COVID-19 is a thing. I don't understand how you don't understand that racism is a thing. I'd rather you just be straight up and say, listen, YOLO, I don't give a fuck. I get it. I don't. If I give it to somebody, I don't give a fuck about that either, right? That's a take, but it's yours. And I'll let you have that, right? Or I can take, listen, I know racism is a thing. I want it to be that way. I just hate niggas because whatever reason, y'all bigger, faster, stronger, or whatever the case may be. But a decent case for why you believe whatever you believe. Niggas just out here, and when I say niggas, I'm talking about the general nigga. No race or gender attached to it. Niggas just out here like getting shit and then shocked when they get shit. Yeah. Or they out here saying fuck shit, being recorded, and then shocked when they lose their jobs. Yeah. Like, I just don't understand.
Motherfuckers going crazy, man. I'm telling you, like, this shit, like, motherfuckers are going crazy. Like, in all facets. Like, at one point I was blaming it on the white people. And they are definitely losing their minds. But on the flip side of shit, like, motherfuckers, black folks, and everybody else is fucking losing their fucking mind. Meaning, like, you're losing your mind if you, like, one, think that this shit is not real. And then two, if you fucking take the risk of going to a club and doing all type of crazy, like, it's not that big of a deal to party. Like, you know what I mean?
It's not.
Like, that shit ain't that. Like, if I was, I could only imagine, maybe if I was 23 and 24 and shit like that and ain't had no kids and just was out here like how I was out here when I was 23 and 24 years old and shit. Like, I don't know I don't think I would be doing that. I just would take it, a little bit more serious. However, I'd probably be a little bit more prone to turn up. But like all these niggas is like 30 plus that I know. Like I be seeing bitches be smoking the fuck out of some hookah in the fucking Star Bar and shit. And I'm like,
nigga, 30, 40, 50.
Yeah, like what are you,
all
that's
out.
What I'm saying. Like what
all
are you
out.
talking about? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like you gotta relax. Like it's not even that serious. Like, and I don't know.
And then offended when you don't want to be in their presence.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers ask, can they come kick it with you? Or, you know what I mean? Or hit you like, hey, come down to XYZ spot. Nigga. Hello. Have you ever met me? Like,
yeah, I'm cool.
you don't know me at all, my nigga. Like,
crazy,
what?
Bro. Like, motherfuckers is going, they've been in the shit so fucked up that they couldn't even not party. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and the thing about it is, I'm a person who like to have a good time.
Oh yeah.
I do. I like to have a good time. However, I have a good time in many different forms. I just like having a good time. I like fellowshipping. I like laughing. I like joking. I like smiling. I like listening to music. I just like a good energy. And me personally, I can get my good energy from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I can do all of those things without going into anybody's club, bar, or place where you cannot properly social distance. Mm-hmm. I haven't been to a restaurant. I have not been. I've had takeout.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I haven't been to a restaurant. I have not been to a bar.
I went one time. One time. I went
to. When you went with your homeboy to Ale House?
Yeah, I went. Yeah, but it was like nobody in there, and that shit was weird as hell. But it was cool because it was nobody in there, so I wasn't tripping. But
yeah.
I've been into restaurants to get takeout, so I had to sit like, you know what I'm saying, in a waiting area type shit. That shit just looks weird. It looks super uncomfortable. Like, I wouldn't even want to be sitting there right then. Like, it's just weird. Like, you look stupid. Like, cause they got the shit sectioned off and shit. And like, this shit is just, I don't know. It was too much for me. So I'd rather just take it and go to the crib.
It was too much. Now, I just feel like it's a lot of things you can do because let's lay it out. A club or a bar is essentially, especially the type that I go to, it is essentially music inside of a building that serves alcohol.
Right.
Summed down, like in its purest form. That's what it is.
Right.
You can get that at your own crib. Like, I can understand people, you know, kicking it with their small groups in their homes or in their backyards or whatever. Like, that's lower risk. You know what I'm saying? You still kind of get to see your people. You still got risk out there. Like, my siblings came down.
Mm-hmm.
My siblings came down. Time. I really wasn't at first. Like,
you was just
came. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were coming down. They needed a release. I was a little bit worried about like the plane and shit, but at this point in time, I mean, the airport and the flight is one of the damn cleanest places because they've been on it since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got all these mechanisms in place in order to lower the risk. Pretty
my mother-in-law came from New York, and this past week she just left yesterday, and like when I picked her up, I like from the airport, I had all the windows down and shit. I was like, I love you. It's just, I don't know. This shit is weird. Nigga, it was nobody at the airport. That was the weirdest shit in the world, nigga. Like, it was nobody at the fucking airport. Like, it was like 12 cars in the parking lot, like from like the arrival part. You know how, like that shit was wild. Like, I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, it'd be nobody on the street. Like, on the 4th, matter of fact, I went to my brother's crib and shit. And, just for like, you know, an hour, but like Capitol Boulevard, it was like 7:00 on July 4th and it was no cars. Like, that shit was just, and Capitol Boulevard never doesn't have any cars on it. Like, I mean, it's been obviously very slim as a pandemic, but it was just wild as hell on the 4th. Like, it was literally nobody at the, like nobody out at all. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
shit picking up. Shit probably at, shit probably about like 70%, 80% in Atlanta as far as like the traffic.
Yeah.
That shit picking back up. I'm like, where's everybody going? Look, I'm leaving in the middle of my work day. Looking at motherfuckers like, where the fuck y'all going? Cause y'all supposed to be either at work or at home at work. Like, where's people going? Like, where's everybody going?
When you got an 80% open city, they going. There's places to go. Motherfuckers back in the office and all type of shit. Like, motherfuckers is,
So that's the shit we've been talking about too. So, you know, I have a weekly one-on-one, with my manager, and you know, we just talk about whatever we need to get out for that time. And you know, I keep asking for updates about like returning to work and shit like that because I'm talking to other people and these white people is living their best lives. I got one coworker that was just like, I mean, I don't have any pre-existing conditions. I'm 38. Like, I should be fine. I'll survive it. You should just go out and don't worry about it. Like, we're the same age. Like, I don't understand, like, why everybody's so uptight. I'm like, couple things, ma'am. Couple things.
People dying. Like, 120,000 people died. Good percent of those people didn't have any pre-existing conditions. You know, a couple. I mean, just do I
need to risk my life for loaded cheese fries and a beer?
Nah.
Like, I can do all that in my crib. And granted, we all, just like everybody else, we would love for the world to be back to normal and we could be out and do whatever the fuck we want to do. We all would love that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But my whole thing about it is like, I'm just like, I'm not about to risk my life for that. And ma'am, I have other things that I have to think about that you don't have to think about. Like, if I go to the hospital, am I going to get a ventilator or are you going to get the ventilator? Cause we both sick.
Mm-hmm.
I say all that cause I work with literally all white people. So like you doing shit like that, you covered. Not only is that your parents got mad money, Like your parents are full of attorneys and doctors and shit. Like they can pull some strings. You from here. So I'm sure they know people. Like you have a certain level of privilege that I don't have. Just being a white woman. Like you have privilege that I do not have. And to me, like it's not that serious. I'm going to tell you something. Keeping it a buck be hill, like probably since 18, 19 years old, this is the longest period in my entire life I haven't been to a restaurant, a bar, a club, a lounge, a festival, ever. And what, we wanted to like month 4?
This has never been, I haven't seen since 18. This has never happened. Like, this has never happened at all in my life. Like, I grew up going out to eat. My mom and daddy would take me out to eat on Friday nights and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was what we did.
You was privileged.
I mean, yeah.
And you was the only child too. It was 4 of us out that bitch. So
yeah, for sure.
We went to buffets, my nigga, and McDonald's.
Me too, nigga.
Pizza.
I was at Ryan's.
Ryan,
I didn't say where we went out to eat. I said we went out to eat, nigga.
We went to buffets. I guess I thought about it because like kids these days go everywhere we go. I don't give a fuck what the menu is. Like high end menu, they go in there too. I'm looking at people like, nigga, you bring your kids there. This grown up food. Like, I'm not spending money on kids for that. For sure. But again, that might be a reason why I'm not a parent. Cause I do believe in grown up food. I went to rest in peace to Ma Edith. I went to her celebration of life. We talked about her on the last podcast, went to her celebration of life. And, you know, they had a balloon release and all of that. And that was great. And then afterwards, you know, my friend, had a statement prior to say basically like, listen, COVID going on. I know all y'all want to pay y'all respects, you know, to my mom and to me and my siblings and shit like that. However, it's a pandemic going on. So basically like there will be no normal repass. Like all y'all random people.
I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Yeah. Yeah. Like no disrespect. That's basically how she said it.
Yeah. I mean, none taken. The fuck?
Right.
I ain't
feel like people need to understand that.
Either. Shit.
People need to understand that COVID is not personal, right? It's not like
that shit don't give a damn.
It's not personal. It's just it is what it is type situation. Any of us, if you tell me, you know what I'm saying, like
pandemic. It's not personal. It's pandemic.
Like DiGiorno's.
It's not personal. It's pandemic. Honey, it's not personal. It's pandemic.
So like after that, it was her siblings and like her close friends and, you know, went back, you know, to the crib to, you know, have a good time. You know how it is. And it's always the best. So why is it? I wonder if white people, let me know. So black people, when we have funerals, although it is the saddest occasion, afterwards, we turn the fuck up.
For sure.
Everybody's together. People.
That shit do be lit though.
It be lit. Even my own father's funeral. Like after his shit, it was lit. Like we always talk about that shit. Like, yo, when your dad passed, like that was a sad occasion. Friends that went with me to my father's funeral in Mississippi. We turned the fuck up in Mississippi. You know the turn up is real if you can turn up in Mississippi.
Yeah. Oh, that's where his funeral was? I didn't know that. I thought it was in DC. So is he buried? That's where he's buried, clearly.
That is where he's buried. That's where he's from.
Does your mom want to be buried there too?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
That is a very good question.
It's one that
I don't know.
To be talked about.
That is.
Do you even know how your mom wants to go?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Lucky you have fucking siblings to be able to help you out with that. Like, in terms of just dealing with it, because that only child shit is trash. Like, having to have those conversations, it's like, oh, okay. Like, my mom's crazy. She be borrowing from her life insurance policy and shit. She about to buy a new couch and shit. She like, yeah, I took from my life insurance.
She gonna buy a new couch with it.
I was like, Mom, how much you got in there? Like, she was like, oh, I got enough. What? What is enough?
I got enough for this Sofia Vergara collection at this Rooms to Go. That's what I do have.
Like, goddamn, man. Like, she was like, hey, it's cool. I got a couple other policies. You'll be straight. And I'm like, man, I ain't trying to be straight. I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to shake back a little bit. Like,
I need all of this money so I can get over your passing, bro.
I don't want this
Niggas
couch.
ain't shit.
I'd rather just the $1,800 that you spend on the couch. Whatever. It's gonna be a nice couch, I'm sure, but goddamn.
Hey, niggas ain't shit.
We just had this conversation yesterday. It's funny.
Niggas ain't shit. So I had a conversation about, like life insurance and shit, right? So I have life insurance, but I was talking about getting some additional life insurance. And an individual that I'm cool with, who was very good with finance and numbers and shit, was basically telling me, you shouldn't, unless, you know, you got kids and all that you need to support, it really ain't no need in getting an additional life insurance policy.
Makes sense.
And I'm just like,
however, it doesn't.
Right. I'm like, I still have people in my family that are beneficiaries. Like, I would want my nieces and nephews to be straight. If my siblings and my mom is still around, I would want them to be straight. And it don't really cost that much.
Yeah. I mean, that's how white folks get generational wealth for sure. Like, Pawpaw gonna goddamn leave properties and probably $1 million life insurance policy to his fucking, you know, four kids and grandkids and shit. Like, nah, you need that.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
how they said, that's how they do that generational wealth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, niggas be having $400,000, $500,000 to lead to their people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Black people only be trying to get buried and shit. Like, all we trying to do is have a decent funeral.
Like $40,000 and shit. Like, that's nothing. Like, fuck that. Like, I mean, it's something especially when you don't have anything. Cause I know a lot of motherfuckers who don't have shit. But like, I don't know, like, you know, God forbid I go anytime soon, but like when I do, like I got several policies, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a policy when I was 20. Like I took my own policy out. Like my mom it was funny because my mom had a policy on me and shit. And like I was, aging out of that shit for her to be able to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like onto her. And then, so I just so happened to be there. It was wild as hell. Like it was straight divine intervention. Like I just so happened to come to the house at that particular time and the life insurance dude was there like telling her like what was good and shit. He like, you know, he's like, bro, you should get this policy. It's $40 a month for, you know, he's like, and I was living wild and shit. Ain't no telling. I ain't had no kids, but it was like, it was $100,000. You know what I'm saying? When I was fucking 40 years old, 20 something years old for $40. And then that shit was, you know, a set rate, fixed rate. And I could borrow from it if I need to later in life, but hopefully I don't have to, you know, take from it and shit. But yeah, I mean, and then since I got kids, you know what I'm saying? I done took out a couple other policies and shit. Like, yeah. How
much you think you pay on insurance policies?
Like $70 a month.
Oh, that's not
like
bad
personal. And then I got the work shit. So that's, you know, $2 a month type shit. But
that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all.
Because I locked it in at when I was 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? That same rate that I've been paying for, you know, fucking goddamn 16 years now. This shit's fucking crazy. You know, I've been paying that same rate and I'm gonna pay that same rate until I expire. You know what I'm saying?
Like, okay, you know, we both worked in insurance, but I feel like you know a little bit more about the ins and outs of policies and things like that. Mm-hmm. How does life insurance companies make money? Because eventually a person is going to die.
Right.
So how does that work? Like, how do you make profit?
I don't know. You would have,
hey, look, I'm looking at you to give me like some deep shit. You like, bruh, fuck, I don't need
That's some actuarial shit. Like I do claims and shit. Like actuaries are the ones who set the tables and see what this is that.
That's them egghead math motherfuckers.
That actuary shit is wild. Like I've sat with
you get paid good money to be an actuary too, people who, if you're looking for a job, if you got be good at math. And be good at
formulas
Excel. And shit like shit.
You can do Excel and shit. You are a fucking piece of fucking golden ticket pie. Like that shit is a lot. My brain doesn't process like that. And I've told y'all that several times on this podcast. I like words. I don't like numbers. I can do good shit enough to know where my money's going. But outside of that, I'm cool. Like I'm straight. My little girl got that shit too.
Yeah. I need to actually, Google is your friend. I need to look that up. I need to look that up.
I got a homeboy. If you want to get some life insurance, and he just actually moved to Georgia, as a matter of fact. Like, he bought one of them houses that I sent to you a while ago, like on the outskirts of, like Clayton County and shit like that.
Clayton County.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's a really nice house.
So Clayton County is a place though.
Is it bad or good? What do you mean?
Bad.
Maybe it's not Clayton County.
It could be Clayton County. I mean, like there are nice houses in Clayton County. That don't make his house not nice.
Yeah, I heard Clayco was kind of thug.
Yeah, Clayton County is it's one of those. I had to get educated on Clayton County because I honestly, you know what's funny? Because when I lived in North Carolina, like I didn't go very far outside of Wake, Durham, counties. Like I go to places like Greensboro and I go to places like Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? People always be asking me about like, you know about this county? I'll be like, shit, heard of it. Like, I don't even know where this shit at. So, like, in Atlanta, I'm pretty much the same way. Cause it's like, why do I really have a reason to go into these random counties if I'm not visiting anyone or have a destination to go to? So, but I do know about Clayton County. I do know about Clayton. Yeah. I do know
it's
about
like 20 minutes to the A, but they got some really nice houses for the fucking low. Like, he got a big ass, like 2,900 square foot house for like.
If you want a big ass house, come to Georgia.
Come to Georgia. Like, he got like a half.
Not in Atlanta. Not nowhere nowhere in like DeKalb, Fulton, Cobb. But outside of that, maybe not Gwinnett County either. But outside of that, you'll get a pretty good house for your money.
Shit, I done seen some nice shits in where it's the address say Atlanta. Like, I don't know what county. I know that shit is 5 different counties in one, but
yep.
Nah, they got some dope houses in the A, and they're cheaper than in Raleigh, which is the wildest shit in the fucking world to me.
But like, they're in the country.
So the fuck what? It's Atlanta.
In the country.
When you say the country, you mean like 15-minute drive into the city?
I mean, like 30-minute drive outside the city. Like
Johnston County to Raleigh. Like.
I don't even know the distance.
Smithfield to Raleigh.
Like Garner.
That ain't shit.
It depends on what your lifestyle is, though. Like, if you at home all the time, if you, like, you know, I got friends that live in Garner and shit, but their lifestyle supports living in Garner. But they stay in the
country in Garner. Like, it's a certain part, like, it's certain parts of, I see what you're saying, but, like, have you ever been to Clayton? Mm-hmm. In Raleigh? It's like that. It's
I got a friend that live out there.
Yeah, that shit too far.
I have been to Clayton County. I've been to Garner.
Yeah, I would drive. If I lived in, if I could stay in the A and I could stay in Clayton comparatively to Raleigh and some shit like comparatively that far to the Atlanta, I think I'd do it.
I think you would do extremely well 30 minutes outside of the city.
Yeah, yeah.
And you live in Nightdale now. Like,
yeah, that shit ain't 30 minutes though. And
true.
Shit's like, it's like 10 minutes from the city and I fucking hate it. But it's the only reason I hate it is because there's no stores like immediately right around me. But if I had some stores, I wouldn't even trip.
Hey, they gonna build that shit up.
It's just a 12-minute ride one way to go to the store. And that shit annoys
12 minutes? Yeah, that's a lot.
Hell see, yeah, that shit a lot.
Okay, so, you know, we talked about... So I was in the process.
I be high when I go there. I be leaving groceries at the fucking. I love that.
You get high just to go to the grocery store.
Nah, I just be high and I'm like, I'm about to go to the grocery store and shit. And then like I leave. Like I left last week. I left a watermelon and some fucking like a big snack pack of chips and shit. I get to the crib, I'm like, Dream, like, where the chips? I'm like, shit.
Did you pay for the shit already?
Yeah, man.
Damn it, man.
I got the receipt. I called him like, hey, man, I left my, it was like, yeah, somebody turned the watermelon and chips in.
Somebody turned the watermelon and chips in. We saw a nigga attached to this.
Them shits would have been in the cart in my back seat. Fuck out of here. And then I would call like, fuck out of here.
Hey, yo, that's funny as hell. You going out there to get groceries and don't come back with the shit. And then your daughter like, nigga, what the fuck?
She's the constant reminder.
What? I was waiting on these chips. Now what you expect me to do?
Good question.
Shout out to the chip fans. I'm team chips.
I love chips, man.
My nephew is team chips. They always say that's your nephew. That nigga loves some chips.
Snacks.
I was like, hey, I'm team chips.
I love snacks. I'm a snack ass nigga. I love snacks. Like my little girl.
You like all snacks? You like cakes and you like sweet snacks, savory snacks.
I'm more of a chip. Like
snacks.
I don't eat chips. Chips is my chip. Like chips and like nuts and like pistachios and cashews and shit. Fucking all that up.
Yeah.
Like, all that up. Like peanut butter
high
crackers
fat
and shit.
and high carb.
Like little nabs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nabs. Shout out to my grandma. Rest in peace to my grandma. She used to say nabs. Give me some nab crackers or something. I know that. See, that's when you be confirming. I was like, yo, that's some country shit. My grandma always be like, give me some nab crackers. Yeah, what is nab? What does nab stand for? Is that a brand?
I don't know. They just nabs. I don't know. Stands for National Advancement for Black People's Crackers. So
National Advancement of Black.
Black crackers.
Through crackers.
NAPC. That's what
NABC. What the fuck is a nab, bro? Like, I never thought about what the fuck was a nab.
Just nabs. Just nab.
Listen, we say this all the fucking time, but one of the number one things that I just love about black people is because we share the same fucking experiences and we don't even know what the fuck a nab is.
Okay.
Is nab, let me see. What is a fucking nab? A nab is a nab cracker. Oh, look, we about to learn something. Nab is for Nabisco.
I know that.
You did not know that. You lying ass nigga, you.
I knew that. Like shit.
You did not know that shit.
I didn't know that at all. That's funny.
Hey, I definitely didn't know that. Nab is for Nabisco. I just learned something.
Nah. That shit's fucked up. That shit's, I ain't wanted to be that. I ain't even you should have just left well enough alone, bro. Like you shouldn't even.
We should have been blissfully ignorant about the nab.
You trying to goddamn get the definition and shit. Like, nah, now it's some white people shit.
Now it's some white. Listen, all roads lead to white people shit. Everything is some white people shit. Hey, that is crazy. Did you hear about all the fucking shootings and shit this weekend? All over like the country and shit?
Yeah, I'm tired of this shit, man. Shit is depressing, bro.
The shit is depressing, but here's the thing why my eyebrows raised. So, not saying that it ain't been no shootings or no shit like that since COVID been going on or since the movement has become so predominant in the news and all of that. But all of these major cities had like all these shootings over 4th of July weekend. Black shootings. You ain't hear about no other shootings. Right. There was like, even in Atlanta, so in Atlanta alone, not even talking about DC, Chicago, all these other places where these shootings happen, these black cities where these shootings happen. In Atlanta, there were 11 shootings alone. 31 victims, 5 people died. Now, because of that, Governor Kemp has deployed 1,000 National Guards because of one weekend a shooting. Here's my thing: when I was seeing like videos of like these shootings and shit, and people in Atlanta in places that I hang out, I just want to be clear. Like, I was so thankful. Like, yo, if this was a regular fucking time in history, I may have been out there. You know what I mean? Like, I may have been out there. But I find it very interesting that these shootings happen and everybody automatically assumed it's black on black crime when we don't have any witnesses to a lot of this about who started the shooting or how the shooting started.
That's a good point.
So I'm just like, all right. So first of all, we got all these fireworks people been complaining about, right? People been complaining about fireworks for like the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Ever since the George Floyd shit popped off, there's been fireworks. Have you heard fireworks where you are? Like outside of 4th of July weekend?
Yeah, nigga, I live in the country.
Okay, so it's been all of these constant fireworks downtown Atlanta, everywhere, like these constant fireworks. I have friends in many different places across the U.S. Everybody's been complaining about these fireworks. So it was like this whole theory about how these fireworks have been going on to basically, I don't know how true or false, that's why I say it's a conspiracy theory, to condition people to war zones and to constantly hear that type of noise, that popping off. So Then you have 4th of July weekend where people are blasting fireworks, doing all those types of things. And all of these shootings take place. There were even like several kids murdered.
Yeah, I saw that.
During this shit. And then all of a sudden your immediate reaction is to deploy the National Guards. You wanted to do that shit anyway. I'm not on board all the way. I'm not saying I can't be convinced. However, I think that it is highly coincidental that during a time in which we have Black people talking about the killing of Black people, and then you have these other people, i.e. Terry Crews and other individuals that want to talk about Black on Black violence. I'm not even going to get deep into that. We done talked about it before. You want to talk about Black on Black violence. So now I feel like they want to portray Black people as animals. Like they don't even cherish their own lives. Like why we got to care about it? Right. All of a sudden this weekend is like the biggest weekend of motherfuckers getting killed. I call bullshit.
Yeah.
I want to be proved wrong. If it's some Black on Black crime, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm willing to stand in it. But it's a lot of coincidence here.
You got my support. I smell bullshit.
I smell bullshit too. And like, think about where all these shootings took place. Black cities.
Mm-hmm.
In the part of town where you know Black people are going to be. Not like some mixed areas. You know what I mean? Edgewood is Black as fuck. Auburn Avenue, Black as fuck. They close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, nah, I'm calling bullshit. And then Kim called this state of emergency. I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. I need some proof to show me that some Black person start busting off in these places and killing kids. Come on, man. Like, I ain't saying we haven't killed kids before as a race. I'm just saying, like, we try to stay away from that as far as possible.
There's also niggas committing suicide with hanging themselves in trees. So
exactly.
If you believe that shit, you believe that shit.
Why are we not in more of an outrage about this shit?
Man, listen.
It's just so much to be outraged about.
It'd be so, like, nigga, like, it's just, like, that's what I said, you know, time and time again, like, the George Floyd shit, like, I didn't expect any of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, nobody expected that shit. Like, I just thought it was gonna be another nigga dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, dead ass serious. Like, when I didn't expect none of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, to have taken place in terms of, like, all the, you know, social change and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers have been getting slain in the streets for years, and I'm conditioned just like how they be, you know, conditioning motherfuckers to pop fireworks and shit all the time. So you hear war zone. We conditioned to see, you know, expect Black people to die on TV in front of us, and that should be nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it's just as common as any other Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
You got the NFL with the lift every voice and sing.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like,
I don't even
stop
know
with
that
the
song.
Bullshit.
I don't even know that song like that. Like, I do know
lift every voice and sing. We
had
to learn that. But that ain't gonna change the shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That ain't gonna make what
you're gonna play the fucking Star
for,
Spangled Banner the next week, like,
which is a slave song that talks about fucking hanging niggas in the third verse.
So, like,
all of this symbolism over substance is some bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Again, I don't want to get it twisted. Like, I want all of these things to happen.
Yeah,
like all this symbolism that can be in addition to. I'm not mad at the in addition to, but y'all are confusing the in addition to with the substance.
Right.
This ain't what we talking about. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't what we talking about. We don't need you to.
We don't need any Band-Aids.
Exactly.
Cut the fucking leg off. Like, just cut the leg off. Amputate this shit. Cut that whole shit off.
Redskins talking about changing their name. You know how long they been talking about the Redskins changing their name?
The motherfucker said
as long as I've been alive.
Yeah, the motherfucking owner said that he was like, nah, we ain't doing that shit. Like, so now you want to do it, but again, it's the money. FedEx backing out. Like, oh nah, I ain't fucking with y'all. Like, y'all gonna have to change that name. Y'all ain't playing on FedEx field.
Right.
You got him in the pockets, bro. Like, that's everything. Like,
you gotta hit him in the pockets. This was blackout day. Did you buy anything today?
Yeah, I had to send some shoes back to Nike, and I had to buy a box at UPS. It was $2.
We gonna let you slide with your $2.
I bought some weed though.
Well, I'm hoping you bought it from a black guy, so that's supporting black.
Yeah, I spent more than $2, so it outweighed it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, we gonna let you slide. Yeah. I feel like, in black court, you'll be good.
Yeah, I had to send it back.
Just let you off with a warning.
Yeah, I had it.
Like mail your box tomorrow,
I would save the box. But I was thinking like, y'all could just take the shoe box up real tight if you want. But they was like, no, we can't do that because somebody might rip up the shoes. I was like, that's true. So, whatever.
How you feel about, so like in Atlanta, I've been saying, so Atlanta is home of the fucking billboard. There's a billboard on top of everything. I've been seeing.
Never forgot seeing that. That was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
What did you see?
The world is BMF when I was like back in the BMF days. I was like, this gang that sells mad drugs and has mad cars and killed mad niggas got a whole billboard in the middle of Atlanta saying the world is BMF. Like, if that ain't the most bold and courageous fucking nigga shit I've ever seen.
That's some bullshit, cause all you gotta do is have the money for a billboard. You got the money for a billboard.
Like, and they just letting y'all niggas know, like, we trapping in this bitch. We trapping in this bitch. Nigga, fuck you mean.
That's dope as shit. But like on the billboards here, I've been seeing billboards that say like, we are one. Or we are in this together.
In what?
Now, that's my question. So we are one, we are in this together. Are we talking about COVID? Are we talking about racism? What are we talking about? Because
we talking about it all, but not talking about shit, baby.
Exactly, B. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, so y'all niggas want the pussyfoot around, which y'all trying to say we with the shits, but listen, we not with the shit.
Yeah, like.
Y'all not putting Black Lives Matter. Y'all talking about we are one. We are.
North Carolina talking about in racism. Like, nah, nigga, Black Lives Matter. That's
exactly. Say what the fuck it is.
In racism. Like, I mean, which is cool. I mean, it's still, but.
It is.
It's not bad, but it could.
It's not bad, but like, stand in your shit.
In racism. Black Lives Matter, nigga. Fuck you mean.
Right.
I need to go see that shit too. I ain't seen it yet. I'm gonna go buy that this weekend.
How you feel about this whole movement? That you've talked about it several times. We've talked about it on this show several times. I had the conversation with different friends about players going to HBCUs.
Oh, I've been saying that. Like, I've been a champion of that shit. I told you that's the only way we can make change. Like, for real. So I'm over the moon to see that shit. You know what I mean? So, shout out to McCour Maker.
I thought about you. Yep.
Yeah, I've been saying that shit though. Like,
over UCLA.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, he went to Howard. He's fucking retarded. His brother already in the league. His brother named Thon Maker and shit. So, and his brother Thon Maker. Where does Thon Maker go to school?
What the fuck is a thon?
It's African. It means
they are shit. African, aren't they? Where did Maker come from? Maker don't sound
it's like, it's not MAKER, it's MAKUR. Maker.
You
like
are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, McCour Maker and then Thon Maker. But them niggas, yeah. I forgot I think Thon went straight to the league. If I'm not mistaken. But anyway.
So they just got athleticism in the jizzings.
Nah, them niggas are 7'2". Like, just, Africa always got, like, athletes. I mean, we're all, African, obviously, but yeah, nah, them niggas nice. Like, Africa always had, like, some really talented players, for obvious reasons, but yeah, them niggas is dope. Shout out to him.
Jerome Wright went to Morgan State.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He was just a nigga off the bench though, but it's all
with
good.
Arkansas. I mean, but he had other options.
Yeah, for sure. He could have stayed where he was at. But I'm with it all. I'm just like, I just want to see like the highly touted, athletes. It's funny because I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but one of my homeboys, he lived in my neighborhood. He ended up playing for Clemson after high school. He was always really good and shit. And I was talking to him. I'm like, bro, if you think about just the league alone from Raleigh, North Carolina, there's 7 players in the league that I can think of right off the top of my head that are from Raleigh, North Carolina. I was like, if all them niggas, even the niggas that didn't make it to the league that played, D1 ball, if all them niggas specifically go to St. Aug or Shaw, just them 2 schools, like just in Raleigh, North Carolina, like we have 7 players in the league in the NBA from Raleigh, North Carolina, like that grew up here and played basketball here. Yeah. And probably at least 15 to 16 that I can think of, like historically, maybe definitely more than that. But it just in that radius. You know what I mean? Like, if those motherfuckers went to St. Aug, that shit could be just as big as fucking state. You know what I'm saying? Shaw could be the same way. Like, they could be fucking extremely prominent institutions the size of Peace or the size of Meredith or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Like, like, you know.
You're right.
But,
you're right.
like, I was telling my homeboy that, so I was like, if y'all niggas just think about all the talent in North Carolina specifically, like, we have per capita the most basketball players in the NBA per state, because we're a smaller state than, like, you know, obviously your Californias and Illinois and shit like that. We have, like, you know, it's spread out and we have the most black colleges in the fucking nation per capita in this state. You know what I'm saying? So, just, if you spread them bitches out, and it's mad of them in 336, it's mad of them in 704, which is Charlotte. 336 is the Greensboro, Winston-Salem area. 919 is Durham, Raleigh. And 252 is, you know, all the coast and shit like that, like Kinston and all that shit. Like, man, it should be crazy though. Like, we literally have 2 colleges in every fucking zip code or area code around this bitch, and mad NBA
North Carolina
players.
got the biggest collegiate system in the United States.
For sure.
You can throw a rock in the college in North Carolina.
That's a fact.
You know, I understand why, you know, my vote is for people to always leave home.
Yeah.
If you can, leave home for college, just so you can get out your environment a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I understand why niggas in North Carolina stay in North Carolina, go to college in North Carolina. Yeah. You know, North Carolina has the highest, and that could have changed, but last time I looked into that stat, North Carolina had the highest amount of individuals with a bachelor's degree in the United States.
Black or just black, period?
In general.
Gotcha.
In general, because they have such a big collegiate system,
it's
and people stay in North Carolina. Normally, they get their degree, and then you know they kind of stay there.
Right.
So that's what it was. What do you feel about y'all know we banned him from the show, but I want to get your thought on it. B, do you feel like the reason your boy is saying this bullshit about him running for office, Kanye, is because he's trying to split the black vote for Trump?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Or you think he just in one of his delusional states?
Yeah, I just think it's just fucking yay. Who knows? Like, he's been saying he's running for president the whole time. Like, he said he thought about running for president mad time. So I don't know if it was, who fucking knows, man? He's a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? You can never really, like, you know, you can never really peg a weirdo for some shit, because only thing you can peg him for is going to be some weirdo shit, and some weirdo shit.
Only thing you can predict is unpredictability.
Yeah, you don't know what the weird shit is going to be, but you know it's going to be some weird shit, and you know he's weird. Like, just does weird shit. Like, sorry, Dr. J, for spilling orange juice on your carpet. Like, what the fuck, man? Fucking weirdo.
Hey, he is fucking weird, and you know people want to have this constant, like, because you do some good shit, that voids out the bad shit, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, like, people are really in this mode of, Kim, you know, has gotten black people released from jail. And that's great. Thank you, Kim. That's the least you can do for stealing everything from black people. Right. Great. You decided to try to generate some good karma. I appreciate that. All the black people that you have helped release. That's the least you can do with your celebrity, besides take selfies. But it's kind of like, like they doing all this good stuff. Y'all need to forgive them. Like, I don't really have no problem with Kim as far as that, but your husband is still Kanye West, and you're still supporting the shit that he does in addition to your appropriation. Like, they just weird to me. Like, both of them are just fucking weird to me. Like, we were talking about Kanye West the other day, and we got into this whole Kanye bag about, Kanye being so conscious and black and all this other shit. And, Kanye has some bars. Like, Kanye could literally have songs that could be the soundtrack of the movement from his past.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like, he literally has joints where he talking that shit. He is Bush don't like black people. And then you turn into this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about the fact that, you know, somebody always throws in the fact that, you know, Kanye's traumatized about his mom. You know, he ain't been the same since his mom died. Nigga, we all got, a lot of us have parents that are gone. And we didn't trade on our race because of that.
Yeah, I don't
this nigga,
he's just a weirdo, bro. And then all the niggas that hear music are weird. It's fine. It's okay. That's who you are.
See music.
Hear music. Hear music? Like, see, like, when you have music playing in your head, like, I don't have music playing in my head. Them niggas be having music playing in their head and they have to fucking produce it and make it, and like, come to life. But, you know, he has that. And I know a bunch of niggas that make beats and all them niggas is fucking weirdos. Every last one.
Well, I'm with you with the niggas who see music. The niggas who see music, they have literally articulated what music looks like to them in their head. Those niggas to me, and Kanye is one of those niggas, they are always these niggas that are like out here, like, okay. And I get it. Like, when I listen to music, I hear layers. I see it, but I don't think I see it like them because I'm not in the mode of I need to create this. Like, when I hear a song, I hear it in layers. It's weird to me because I'm just a fan of music. I don't produce music or anything like that. I would consider myself somewhat creative, but not in that music realm. But when I hear music, I hear the instruments separately and it's like a layering type thing. Like, I visually see like this thing happening. So based on what Kanye West said, like, his shit is way, 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 way more detailed and in depth than anything that I'm ever seeing. But those niggas are weird to me. Like, they always tend to go left for whatever reason because I feel like they hate anything that seems like the norm, right? It's great to be different. It is. If you're different and you're organically different, that's great. But when you're saying, let's go left just to go left, it's weird to me. And Kanye is one of those niggas.
Right.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, so what? Yeah, I mean, like, this is the path to go on. This is what the directions say. We're going to get to our goal. This nigga like, let's go this way.
Yeah.
and see how the fuck we gonna get there. I don't know. It's just crazy. You think the dummy's gonna go for it? You think first of all, the primaries are pretty much over.
I don't know what's happening in 2020.
Perfect point.
This shit is 2020. Like, I saw something and dude was like, when 2020, when it's January 1st of 2021, nobody say fucking Happy New Year. Everybody say fucking Jumanji. Let's close this goddamn game and move on. Like, this shit's like, dead ass serious. Like, this shit is fucking Jumanji, man. Like, it's rhinoceroses and hippos and shit coming down the street at any given time. Like, man, shit just happening. I wouldn't be surprised to see a fucking
bubonic plague on the way.
That's what I'm saying. People. Like, it's just, this shit is the dub. Like, dub for real. Like, this shit is the fucking dub. But I think it's going to be historic on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like I said last show, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect, man. Every day is it's something new. It's something new every fucking day. Like, literally every fucking day is something. Like, if you could really take a stat sheet of like, holy shit, there's some mad holy shit moments in this past year. So tomorrow's going to be a holy shit moment, I'm pretty sure.
Always.
In some capacity.
Like, it's getting to the point where we are becoming desensitized to excitement.
Yeah.
Like, thanks to Trump and thanks to 2020. Like, if I saw a pig flying, I don't even think I would be like, yo, guess what? Yeah. I'd just be like, AB saw a pig flying today, so you like these J's or not? Like, it's just moving along. You know what I mean? Like,
that's wild. It's crazy. Keep it moving.
I did want to tell you in regards to my weekend, I finally finished Ozark.
Oh, wow. Did you enjoy it? You know, they're doing season 4. They just got renewed for season 4.
Do you know they shoot Ozark in Atlanta?
Oh, do they?
They do. I found that out.
Oh, that's dope. Where?
So maybe here's my thing about, I don't know where they shoot it at. I read something that they shoot it in Atlanta though.
Oh, wow.
It's not even in the Ozarks and shit.
Liars. Goddamn Marty Bird, man. He throwing you off.
Marty
you think
fucking
the whole
Bird.
time. We go try to find fucking that nigga and fucking that shit was crazy though, right? Like the ending was wild, right?
Yo, I'm not gonna even ruin it for y'all. I ain't gonna even go that in depth, but that's why I wanted to bring it up. Because Ozark, it took me a minute. Like, Ozark is always like this. Like, every season, it like take a couple episodes to kind of get to where we're going. But once we get to where we going, god damn it. Like, that shit take off full fucking speed. Too, and that shit ended crazy, Mo. Like, that shit ended crazy.
I was hitting play like the next, like, is it hit play? Like, they're like, oh nah, ain't no more. Like, you might enjoy watching. And I was like,
all right, you might enjoy watching. You're right.
Fuck, what happened?
You're right. When you finish on the Netflix and then it just want to take you to another show that it wants to take you to.
That shit was crazy.
Hey, that shit was crazy. Y'all need to watch that. If y'all have not watched that, one thing I can say about Ozark is that they know how to fucking do a finale.
That's correct.
They know how to do a fucking finale.
Yeah, season 4 is gonna be the series finale. So I'm interested.
I heard that.
Yeah, the shit gonna be.
I have attachment issues.
They said
with
they're gonna
my
have
shows.
extra episodes though. They're gonna do like 12 or 13 episodes. So because
you got to.
They only do 10.
Now it is a story. It's kind of like, well, how are we gonna keep it going?
Yeah, nah.
But they always find a way to keep that shit going.
Yeah, but I think.
But I get it. I get it.
It's a really good
I listened to Pop Smoke album this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Did you listen to that?
No way.
Yeah, so I listened to it because I had my opinions of Pop Smoke and about his music prior to his death. And Pop Smoke had a really distinct sound. And his sound was so distinct that I wanted to know how the fuck were y'all gonna keep this going? Because the songs are starting to sound the same. And it's even when he was alive. And so like, I'm looking at the internet and they talking about, how Pop Smoke album is good or whatever the case may be. So I wanted to give it a listen. Wasn't for me.
I already know that.
It wasn't. He had some, it just falls short. Like, he had the cheat code is redoing a hit, right? He did Many Men. That was a fail for me. He did Cheers to You by Player. That was a fail to me. He did, the Genuine shit.
Damn, nigga think he in Timberland group, don't he?
Right. He did, My Whole Life Has Changed since you came in. What's the name of that song? You back when you were the special
that was a good song.
A great song. If you can't make a hit out of shit that's already been a hit, that's the cheat code. But speaking on that same thing, I'm not really feeling the Sweetie song or the Meg song. That Meg did Girls in the Hood off the NWA shit. And Sweetie did a remake of some shit. I forgot. But those were like a fail to me. I was like, we talked about Young Bird, Hitmaker. Mm-hmm. And we talked about how he basically just used the cheat code and like really redo the songs. Mm-hmm. They need him. All of these songs that I just mentioned, they need him because whatever he's doing, or they need Tory Lanez. One of them niggas to show you how to remake a hit. All them songs fell short to me. No disrespect to Pop Smoke. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. However, I'm not just here to be like, oh, because a nigga did his album was fire. It was kind of like, it gave me like Life After Death, Biggie Smalls. What? I could tell that a lot of those songs probably wouldn't have been on this album if this guy didn't pass away or somebody didn't. Unfortunately, he lost his life due to violence. Like, where other niggas come in and do some shit. Life After Death, that's the one where they did all the remakes, right? For Biggie? I mean, not the remakes, but they put all these features on the song.
No, that was Biggie duets, man. Life After. I was about to say, like, what are you talking about? Life After Death was amazing.
Okay. Then it's the Biggie duets. I felt like that album was not that great.
It had I really enjoyed that album. I like 4 joints.
It was like two. It was like 3 or 4 for me, but as an album, I don't listen to the album.
Hard. Like,
when the last time you listened to the Biggie duets?
Actually, it's a song with Big Gee on that motherfucker that I downloaded over the weekend. Ironically enough,
when you press play on that album, let that shit ride. When you damn driving to clean it up.
Nah, I mean, I be adding songs. Like, I have my random ass memory. Like, I hear some shit and it make me think of a song, and I just pick the shit up. So I took like 2 or 3 songs off on the Biggie duets this past weekend. I just did.
Really?
Shit, yeah, hell yeah. The shit with Scarface. Shit with fucking Big E. It was a couple other joints with like Boys in the Hood. That was hard. Shit with Eminem was dope too. I like that. It was a couple joints on that shit.
That wasn't my favorite at all.
I bought that album. That's funny.
It was. I did not. I did not buy that album. You want to get into some black facts?
Yeah.
You want to get into some B's black facts? Skibbity bee boop bye.
Want to celebrate Miss Lisa Deshawn Leslie. Today is her birthday. She was born on July 7th of 1972 in Gardena, California, to Christine Leslie and Walter Leslie. Miss Leslie is, she played for the Los Angeles Sparks, in the Women's Basketball Association
first woman to dunk
for sure
in a game.
For her 12-year career in 97 to 2009. She's a 2-time WNBA champion, 3-time WNBA MVP, and a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. She was the first player to dunk in the WNBA game and was considered a pioneer and a cornerstone for the league during her NBA career. Currently, she is a coach, she's a coach for the Ice Cube's Big Three, and she's a part owner of that actually too. So, she scored, trying to see what her averages were, but she was a beast at, USC, one of the greatest women's basketball players of all time. So yeah, shout out to Miss Lisa Leslie, man.
Shout out to Lisa Leslie.
And she's a model and shit. She be modeling and shit.
Shout out to Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Before we get into little shit, I do want to say, rest in peace to Huey.
Pop, lock, and drop it, boy.
Pop, lock, and drop it fame.
Toot that ass up.
He was
Mommy
killed.
Make it roll. Hey, that shit was fire.
That's a classic one-hit wonder.
That shit was hard.
That was a classic.
That shit was hard.
That was a great album.
Club used to be lit. Man, I wish I was fucking 20 again. Not with this shit going on. It should be suck. It would suck to be 20 like during the pandemic because you can't really do shit. But man, the 20s was lit. Like 05 and shit, 05, 06, 07. Good times.
What do you think about, speaking of 20s, what do you think about these colleges going to online in the fall and charging the same amount of money?
Yeah, nah.
That's that bullshit right there.
I'm going to community college if I'm doing that.
Bruh, I'm going to motherfucking DeVry or Phoenix, Everest, ICDC. If I gotta pay the same amount of money.
I'm and I don't even community college, then you might as well go to community college and shit. Ain't no reason to do, like, they gonna do the same shit. Like, especially like freshman year, sophomore year type shit.
Facts.
I mean, like, it's no, like, that shit is the same. You gonna do the same shit. Like, you're gonna take.
I've never been to a community college, so I can't.
I mean, they offer English 101 and English, you know what I'm saying? Like, they English 110 and all that shit like that. They got, college courses.
You don't really even get into your major until really junior year anyway.
Exactly. So you might as well get your associates for the low.
You can save some money.
Yeah, get your associates for the low, and then hopefully when the shit
especially if you working from home and shit. If you online,
that's what I'm saying.
Nah, you're right. You're right. You might as well do that. It ain't gonna matter.
Fourth of the cost.
Yeah. It really does.
It doesn't matter. It's no difference. Like, you get your associates, and maybe even in a year and a half, you can double up and shit and get your associates and be ready to roll and fuck around and do that shit 2 years worth of work in a semester and a half. Well, 2 semesters probably, but.
Yeah. Colleges.
Or maybe go to summer school and thug it out that way and do, like, get your associates within a year and a half.
Shout out to everyone who has graduated in the past few weeks.
Correct.
And did not get to have a traditional graduations. Shout out to the high school seniors and the college seniors and the grad students
and the parents of those graduates.
For sure, because if it were not for y'all, too. They wouldn't have got through all of that.
They graduated too.
Listen, I went to graduation for my parents. I don't give a shit about graduation.
Right.
Give me my shit. I'm done. Give me my piece of paper. I'm good. But the graduation is for the parents. So, shout out to all the parents in general, but especially shout out to the black parents who got their black kids through, a pivotal point in their lives. If you have any type of, you have a diploma or any type of degree, you need
any type of certification or something.
Yeah. You need something. Trump trying to make it so that you only have to experience Trump's education. Did you see that?
No.
So Trump is trying to sign an executive order where companies, and I don't know the details of it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that was. I just skimmed past that. I was like, it's Trump doing some more shit. I don't know what he's talking about.
Some bullshit. So basically how he trying to set the shit up is no matter how much you done pay for this degree, experience is subjective.
That's true.
Experience is a very subjective thing. So that is just a way to put a lot more gray so that this fucking hillbilly can come in and say that he has more experience than you and your ass just graduated from Harvard and know the shit upside down. So all of this shit, all I'm saying is y'all stay woke, understand what's going on, vote. Apply for my gun license this weekend. Or last week, actually.
Yeah, I took my old lady to the range on Saturday, matter of fact. Or Friday. Nice. Yeah, I took it on Friday. It was off. So yeah, I took it to the range.
Nice. She did pretty good. So I'm waiting for my actual license to appear. And we were deep in that bitch. That's why they was trying to hold us down when I vented about it previously on another show. But we were in there deep. It was probably about 70% black in that bitch.
Yeah.
Trying to get new gun licenses. So listen, all I'm gonna say to y'all is y'all, I done had some conversations with some females and some of them think I'm an extremist at this point in time. All I'm saying is it's better to have a gun and not use it than to be in a position where you need a gun and you don't have it.
That's a fact.
Is all I'm saying. Get a gun.
They make small guns.
Have it in your crib. They make small guns. Like, I don't like guns. Guns don't kill people. People kill people, my nigga. Sure. Like, a gun ain't just gonna pop up and start shooting by itself. Yep. Like, have that shit. Listen, it's an insurance policy. That's how I figure. I hope, my prayer is that when I get these guns, because I want to get more than one, when I get these guns, I never have to use them. I'm totally fine with my guns collecting dust besides me going out practicing with them. I'm totally fine with that. I don't want a situation where I got to use a gun.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they train you. Like, that's how they train you. Like, you shouldn't want to, at all costs, you should try to avoid using your pistol.
Yeah.
Like, that's even what some of the laws, like, depending on what states.
Some of the laws, yeah, depending on the states, for sure. For sure. But listen, people, black people,
find out if
if
Georgia is a castle doctrine or if it's a stand your ground doctrine. You need to find that out.
What is the difference? Tell us what's the difference.
Castle doctrine is just that. So if somebody
I don't know,
breaches your home, your castle, you can smoke their ass. Stand your ground is when you feel threatened, you can smoke their ass, which is Florida, which is how Trayvon, it still didn't apply, but that's the loophole that they use for Trayvon. I think Georgia may be a stand your ground, but I'm not sure. I know it's an open carry state, but I don't know if it's castle doctrine. You can just put
I will check that out.
Yeah, just type in Georgia because that lets you kind of know. I mean, like even with a concealed weapon class or a concealed weapon, you can still like obviously protect yourself and shit like that. But even with an open weapon or open carry, rather, I should say. But in terms of like what the actual basically how you can kill somebody and legally without it being, obviously it's going to be up to investigation and interpretation of the law, but it's based off those principles or those laws like castle doctrine or stand your ground. Those are the only two that I know of. I don't know if there's any other ones. But I think Texas is castle doctrine because that's when old girl that's what she tried to use when she killed both of them. The fucking white police officer and shit. She tried to use the castle doctrine, but obviously that shit couldn't fly.
I feel like the only reason they threw her under the bus, I don't want to say threw her under the bus because she deserved exactly what she got. But the reason they wasn't behind her like that is because she was a woman.
Probably.
It ain't been like that for nobody else.
I mean, she only got 12 years, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit,
that's a lot for the niggas who ain't got zero, who hasn't received 0 years yet.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But I will definitely look that up. And what you just striked in my head was I saw a video today where a white dude was in a Costco or someplace that white dudes be acting a fucking fool. And, he was like, the dude was asking him to put on his mask and shit. And he kept yelling, I feel threatened.
Yeah.
I feel threatened. I was like, what the fuck?
While he's approaching somebody. He had a strap on.
Exactly. So that he could fucking smoke somebody and be like, I felt threatened while I was doing it.
That's a that was a stand your ground state. Where was that?
Hell yeah. I don't even remember. Now you got me thinking about it. I'm a look at it. Cause I feel like I sent it to somebody. So I'm gonna look. But you ready to get into some leadership?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Leadership is our pop culture segment where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timeline. B, you've disclosed that you are stoned. Are you sipping anything?
I took a shot of some kettle. That's it.
Kettle, you back on the kettle? You on the cucumber shit again?
Yeah, I don't know why. I went and bought some liquor this weekend. I don't really drink as much as I used to, but I just felt like drinking. So yeah, I took a shot. It's cool.
Yeah, dope.
I've been drinking tequila a lot lately too.
Oh, you really trying to get buck wild?
No, it's Altos. I like Altos. That's good. It's good stuff.
Tequila is a mood for me. Like I gotta be in the mood to act a fool when I'm on tequila. Tequila is just a different type of thing. I told the ex, don't think I'm gonna go to Mexico and not cheat on you after having a whole bunch of tequila. So you trying to go or not? Like tequila is just one of them things. Like for me, is turn up juice. For real. I'm usually on brown. Brown mellows me out. Tequila, I know exactly how many shots I need before I'm a whole fucking fool out here. 4 shots, FY. 4 shots of tequila. And it's on the pop, and I'm about to have the best time ever. But I'm drinking wine. I'm trying to, slow down. I probably am drinking like 3 times a week. Which is still a lot because normally pre-COVID, I would drink when I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really drink in my house like that unless I had company over and that was the goal of us drinking. You know what I mean? But other than that, like I only really drank when I went out. So, you know, now I just feel like I'm drinking a whole lot more than normal, even though like 3 times may not seem like a lot to some people because I know motherfuckers who drink every single day.
Right.
No judgment. Do whatever you got to do as long as you handling your business. I don't give a fuck. But, you know, it's just very interesting. But I say, you know, I'm going to try to slow down a little bit. But, let's toast and light the blunt, like Trina say, and talk about one of your favorite niggas, cause he's not my nigga, 50 fucking Cent. So this weekend, Fifth made an appearance on Lil Wayne's, Beats One Young Money radio show. And during this conversation, 50 made remarks about angry black women and about him liking exotic girls and angry black women hating that. And 50 said on Wayne's show, now I want you to put a pin in that and understand who Wayne is. Wayne is the light-skinned, thick, red bone nigga. You know what I mean? That's all he talks about. That's all his women has basically looked like since his baby mama, Toya. After Toya, we didn't see Wayne with anything but a light-skinned, thick, red bone. 50 said they mad. Speaking of women,
he had Nivea. And
light-skinned, thick, red bone. What are we talking about?
She brown skin. She ain't light skin.
Nivea is definitely light skin, my nigga.
Let's see.
Have you seen Nivea?
Let's see what we got here.
And Nivea got a big face. Light skin, big face, thick red bone.
This is Nivea.
Nivea
brown,
is definitely.
Bro. She ain't like.
I would definitely quantify and qualify Nivea
brown,
as light skin.
She's a little bit lighter than me.
Yeah, my nigga, you brown.
Yeah.
Lighter than you is light.
She.
I consider us brown skin people.
Yeah, she's
me
not,
and you.
bro,
I consider us brown skin people,
bro. Like she's not even as light as my wife. She brown.
Your wife is light skinned.
Yeah, and she's not.
Yeah, light skinned. What are we disagreeing about here? Exactly.
She's brown skinned.
Your wife is brown skinned?
No, Nivea is brown skinned.
Okay? What was the correlation you just made to your wife? Maybe I missed that.
I said she's not. I don't know. I can't remember.
Exactly, nigga.
I really don't. But she's not brown. She's brown skinned.
I would definitely consider Nivea light skinned.
She's brown skinned. Look, I don't know. Let me show you.
For sure. I would definitely qualify Nivea as light skinned. But while you're figuring that out, let me get him the rest of this story. So, he said they get mad. They get angry. You see a lot of sisters go, you fuck with this kind of girl and that kind of girl. Yeah, that shit exotic. I'm doing 50 voice right now. That shit exotic. The shit look like looks a lot different than the shit we see in the hood all the time. That shit look like he came off the boat. Now, again, yo nigga, 50, talks about that, and he received a whole lot of backlash. But 50 being 50, you know what 50 do. He doubled down on the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in his comments and talked about a lot of angry bitches, a lot of trans bitches, a lot of shit talking back to me. 50 clearly doesn't give a fuck. But, it makes a lot of sense for 50. It goes back to that conversation for me about one of the reasons why he truly adores this mixed son that he has versus his son that his mixed son looks like him too. He has the eyes and shit like
just
that.
Like that nigga.
But that black son look just like that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga spit that other son out. And they, he doesn't like that. As a man, and how do you feel about this? Is this something you can identify with? Is this something like your friends and shit talk about? Is it even an issue like this?
Nah, niggas, you like what you like, shit. But his girl fine as shit, and she's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But it's also beautiful it's beautiful black women. So I don't know. None of my homeboys be like, yo, I can only fuck with light skinned bitches. Niggas just like bad bitches, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it boils down to. So it's not in terms of, you're only as good as your options, you know what I'm saying? So I live in North Carolina. It's not but you see a Dominican
not
bitch,
a highly exotic place.
Yeah, if you see a bad Dominican girl, you gonna be like, damn, she fine as fuck. Spanish motherfucker. If you see a bad black girl, you gonna do the same, you know what I'm saying? Or even a white girl, whatever, just kind of, whatever your preference is. People can have preferences and shit. I'm all with preferences.
And I'm with that. I'm with anybody having a preference. You just happen to be attracted to this. Where the problem comes in for me is when you basically play your own race to make another race or nationality seem superior.
Yeah.
When you got whole mamas and daughters and all that, Wayne, your daughter felt the need to post that she was a beautiful black girl. You know what I mean? That don't bother you? That you are this person who has this image. 50 is a fucking asshole. That's just what he is. And he thrives on being an asshole. He is like the black version of Donald Trump. He just ruffling fucking feathers. That shit is weak and some bitch ass shit to me. However, it's a lot of niggas that fucking like that shit because 50 is still fucking thriving out here. But I find it very offensive. Not even as a black woman, because I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. I ain't checking for y'all. Y'all ain't checking for me. However, you have daughters and children and all of this that hear your colorism. And with all of the things that we have going on right now, why this Why is this an issue? Why you feel okay saying this? Like, why doesn't 50 feel the need to keep some shit to himself? Like,
I don't know. I need to watch the whole interview. I want to see the whole shit, like to see how they even got on that topic. So you get some context. Yeah, so you think it's gonna be deeper than that? No, I just want to see how they got there.
Right. That's true.
I know that's true. 50 always makes for a good interview. Like, he always say some shit. Like, so I just need to watch the whole shit.
I don't fuck with 50 at all. I've said that a million times on this podcast. I don't support anything that 50 does. I don't fuck with that nigga. Huh? Oh, you talking about for the battle and shit? Yes. I feel like, so I heard Charlemagne and Envy talking this morning. And one, it's like the three of them, like the chemistry has to be the three of them. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, like the show sounds off when one of them is not there.
Well, that shit about to be off then.
Yeah. You think Charlemagne leaving?
I think so.
I wouldn't be mad. He could. I wouldn't be mad. I don't think the show is going to last that long without him.
That shit is over.
What if, all right, so background information for listeners. Charlemagne has a show on Comedy Central. Now, here's my thing about Charlemagne. Is it third time's the charm? Because he's had multiple talk shows. All them shit's been done at a certain point in time. You think this show gonna be the one that makes him leave? Did he say he was leaving?
I don't know, but I mean, writing's kind of on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's going to leave. I think that Charlemagne, honestly, and I don't know if it's rightfully so, feels, he is an entity without the Breakfast Club. And he has had a lot of projects. He's made a lot of money. He's done a lot of things outside of the Breakfast Club. However, to me, it still kind of ties back to the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see, like, his popularity if he does in fact leave the Breakfast Club. You think he can thrive outside of the Breakfast Club?
Yeah. I mean, he's a great mind, so motherfuckers always would love to hear what Charlemagne has to say.
I used to be a Charlemagne fan. I'm not really a Charlemagne fan no more. To be completely honest, I feel like his thoughts before were, thoughtful, and he thought about the shit. Now I just feel like he a contrarian and he's all over the place and his thoughts are never succinct to me. Like, and nothing's ever, he'll say one thing this day and y'all need to care about this. And then when y'all care about that shit, he say, y'all need to care about this shit like this shit. And I just feel like for him to be such a big figure, and again, there are a lot of sheep and a lot of sheep need to be led. He confused the sheep to me. He doesn't confuse me because I don't give a fuck about Charlemagne or his opinions. I used to have more respect for him in the past. I think that he is a black man that's making money, so I'm always down for that, unless it's 50. But I'm always down for that for the most part. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see how this talk show is going to be different than the other talk shows in which that he's been a part of in the past. Because he's had like 2 shows or one?
It was one.
It was one on MTV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on MTV. I guess I think of it as 2 because he changed the format. Like, the first season was very different from the second season as far as format. Shout out to Crystal of the Reed. I remember when she was on there. I don't know if she like that nigga no more. But as far as the versus battle, I feel like T.I. might have more. I feel like T.I. has more.
He definitely got more.
T.I. has had a longer career musically than 50 Cent, in my opinion.
He definitely got more. He got better music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, outside of Get Rich or Die Trying, like, it's gonna be tough for Fifth, which he could play the entire album. Like,
he could do Get Rich or Die Trying, and in my opinion, he could do the G Unit album, because that was my shit.
That was a dope album. But
that was my shit.
Yeah, he had to lean on others. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tip can do he got 7 albums that are fucking ridiculous. He got, let's see.
He got a good 4.
He got a great, his first 5 albums.
He got a
excellent.
good 4.
First
Easy.
5. First 5, definitely. You got Paper Trail.
I think once he started getting into the Paper Trail
I'm Serious
part of life,
was his
it
first
started
shit. Trap
veering.
Music was his second shit. Urban Legend was his third shit.
Tip versus T.I.P.
was his fourth shit. Fifth shit was Paper Trail, I believe. Sixth
And that's
shit.
where it started to get real commercial. That's when he had Live Your Life and all that with Rihanna on Paper Trail.
Yeah, but that shit was fire though.
That was a good album, but I felt like that was a super commercial
Listen to it
album.
now. That shit is dumb. Like, I listen to that shit now. That shit is dumb. And then what was the shit after that, man? Heavy as the Head or some shit. Like, was the Black album?
Heavy as the Head, that Wear the Crown. Yeah,
that shit was fire. That shit was super fucking fire. And then, yeah.
I don't know. I gotta listen to that shit.
That's my shit. That's the shit with Kanye and M and shit. He got some shit on that.
What's the Kanye song on that?
The shit with him and M. I can't fucking think of it right now, but I don't know. It was dope.
Yeah, but I think I'm going for T.I. in this versus battle. Who did you have for the Fab and Jadakiss joint?
Oh, Jada smoked him.
Yeah.
That was a great battle. So good.
I don't feel like that was a great battle.
I loved it.
However,
it was great. It was so
I
entertaining.
give props to Jadakiss because Jadakiss did exactly, he strategically steered Fab exactly where he wanted to steer Fab. Fab didn't want to seem like the nigga who sing to the girls. So he tried to do all these. What you say?
I would have did that the whole time. Fuck that. I've been here for 20 some years because of women, and I'm gonna win this battle.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like Jadakiss smoked Fab because I didn't feel like I was on the fence when the shit first happened. Cause I was like, Fab got more hits than Jadakiss. Like hits. Jadakiss has more street anthems than Fab.
Smoking, boy.
And shout out to Jadakiss. He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
And he was drunk as fuck, and that shit was amazing.
Drunk as fuck. He was a whole move. Like, you know that the meme that's going around that like Jadakiss and they like, you find your friend in the club and he just got his hands up with the cup in his hand.
I have seen that a million times. Like if I had $1 for every time either that has happened to me or if I've been on the if I've been one of the motherfuckers who found my friend that was drunk as hell and I'm ready to go, all that. Like I've done that. That shit was, Bumble was lit.
I had like 5 or 6 people send me that saying, nigga, this you. Cause I'm the nigga that might get missing in the club. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to see what's up in the club. And niggas done found me like on the stage. They done found me near the bathroom chopping it up. They done found me like different places and shit. And they like, nigga, this is you. I was like, I can't even debate that. Mm-hmm. I can't, cause I'm having a good time. I'm not this nigga that's about to sit up under y'all niggas.
Fag was over there. My boy was finished. He was fucked up. Like he was sitting on the side, like ready to go. He was drunk as shit. He was hot. His legs was hot. He was
Why Fab have on all the fucking clothes?
It was wild, man. It was great entertainment, man. It was excellent. Like,
that was not my favorite battle.
I loved it.
However, and it wasn't my favorite battle based on Fab, pretty much. I feel like Jada played, a good percentage of the shit I felt like he should have played. I feel like Fab only played like fucking 25% of what he should have played. Like, you was trying to prove some shit and you fucking lost.
Jadakiss is the perfect rapper. Like, his voice sounds even if the song isn't as good as it should be, his voice sounds amazing every fucking time. And he always spits some crazy shit. So it's like always like, even if you don't like the song, like you still don't like Jada verse because his fucking voice is so like perfect. And he always, he's like the perfect rapper, yo. Like he got the perfect rap voice. He's got the perfect like cadence on the beat and he got the perfect fucking lyrics because all his lyrics be stupid. Like that shit, it really made me appreciate Jada. Like, cause I'm a super, like locks and shit. I grew up on that shit, like, for real. Like, that shit, like, raised me. Like, a lot of the shit that I used to do was because I used to listen to the locks and shit, like, dead ass serious. Like, so that shit was an appreciation day for me. Like, I'm like, man, I love this nigga, man. Like, this nigga literally has, like, I knew every fucking song that he did. And it made me think about, like, mad nostalgic moments in my life that I was listening and doing some shit because of what I was listening to. You know what I'm saying?
I love the rap crew era. I will like admit because, I love Jada. I love Jada and I love the songs that I love from Jada. I love Jada's lyrics. However, I'm not a huge classic 90s New York beat person. And I think that's one of the things that you love. And when you be sending me shit where niggas just be rapping for 6 minutes over some bland New York beat, like, and it's just like no drama in the beat at all. I'm not a huge New York beat person. And I think that's where Jada's music falls short, because Fab was from New York, but he had more of a down south sound if you think about the time in which Fab came up. Fab didn't have like a classic New York sound.
He definitely did. Everything he did was New York. Like all that shit. Like he just was doing like mad girl songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? But all his like hard shits per se was all New York
Y'all
shit.
know who Keeping It Gangsta? That was a New York beat.
Doom, 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 doom. Yeah. That shit was straight New York. Not on no fucking South beat.
Nah, I be thinking that them New York beats is more like them Jada beats and them shits you be sending me, where I be like, I don't know. Like this shit boring. Like for me, a song is made up of different parts. Like you can have a fire ass verse. You can have a fire-ass beat. You can have fire-ass production individually. But if all them shits don't go together, it's very hard for me to like a song. Like, that is mundane. Like, if the beat is mundane, you have to spit some fucking ether on that bitch for me to be like, all right, I'm listening to that shit one time, listening to that shit over and over again. Because when you think about it, when you're not really thinking, you need the beat to carry you. And if a rapper can't ride the beat, if the rapper does not become one with the beat, it's very hard for me to like that song in totality. I could be like, yo, J. Cole spit a fire ass verse on that, but I probably won't listen to it again because I don't like the beat. So I'm like a very beat driven person. Like, that's probably why I like trap music so much. Like, I fucking love trap music. And all of those artists, even if they're not in Atlanta, that do songs over like trap beats. I'm a drum nigga. Let's go. Like, you give me some 808s, you give me a complex beat, I'm with it. Like, but going back to the Jada and Fab thing, shout out to Jada. Jada definitely won that hands down. I don't think I heard a person yet that said Fab won that shit.
Oh yeah, no.
At all.
It was, I knew it, man. I was like, when he squeezed the juice out the headphones and asked a nigga, when you think of me, think of a problem, how you gonna solve them, automatic or revolve? There's nothing you can do with that.
I feel like all the niggas was on that same verse. And I feel like all the niggas listened to Joe Budden podcast when they said that shit.
So what now?
All of them was waiting for that same verse.
It's one of the greatest songs of all time.
I believe y'all.
That's fucking Swiss Beats first placement and shit. That shit was hard. I love the history about it. Like, and it was like, this Swiss Beats first placement. I was like, damn. Like, that's Swiss Beats.
Swizzy.
First beat ever.
I miss rap crews. I miss like legit rap.
And that wasn't even on fucking, on,
Rough Rider.
Yeah. And then he did the shit, the blood pressure shit. When we talking about Superhead, man, that nigga Jada is amazing. He did fuck you and shit. There's nothing that nigga can do with that. Like, he did. His first song was fucking Blackout on J album and shit. This is it right here, baby. Nothing you can do with that. Nothing.
Is Jada the best out of the locks to you?
It's between him and Styles. I can't really put him. He's got the slight nod over Styles, but I love Styles just as equally. So, for different reasons. But I'll give him the best. Yes.
Dang, my man Sheik Luch ain't never in the conversation.
She can't. But she got hot verses. He just Styles that nigga though. Like Styles, like I love Styles. Like again, I love the Locks all together. Like them niggas like had played a pivotal part in my life in my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to listen to a lot of hard gangster rap, you know what I'm saying? And that was definitely a part of it. So, yeah, man. Shout out to them niggas. They're my niggas.
Shout out to
Fab too, though, because niggas used to call me fucking Fab. It was the weird shit because I used to like.
Why they call you Fab?
I don't know, because I was tall and skinny and I used to wear my hat backwards. Like, shit was dumb stuff. And he ain't even tall. Like, he only like 6 feet. Like, you know, rapper niggas be short though, so.
6 feet, right. That's what I was about to say. 6 feet is a giant in the rap world, my nigga. 6 feet is a giant in the entertainment world. This world is a world of Ray J's, not Fabs. Like, everybody is like 5'5" and under in rap, for sure. In entertainment, for real. Like, I'm like, do y'all need niggas to be a certain height to get them on screen and shit? Like,
word.
Listen, let me tell y'all, life hack. If y'all see a nigga being shot from the bottom, if y'all see a nigga always being shot from the bottom where you're kind of looking up at this nigga, he's a short nigga. That's how they shoot short niggas. They shoot them from the bottom versus face on so that they can look taller. And they also get like super short girls to make them look taller in videos and shit like that. They also stand on shit. So,
that's gotta suck.
I know a lot of people, even myself, I've met people in person and be like, God damn, I'm looking this motherfucker in the eye.
For sure.
I used to have a crush back in the day on fucking Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Oh, that nigga little.
Until I saw him backstage. And he looked like an action figure. Like, he was short as fuck. He had muscles and shit. Like, you know, like y'all know Tretch from back in the day. He had like muscles and shit, but he was short as fuck. Yeah. And I was like, damn, well, there goes that.
I seen that nigga eating at Golden Corral in Myrtle Beach, like by himself with mad, he had like a black tank top and like gloves and like some black cutout gloves and some fucking black shades and shit, some black and like some Timbs, some shorts and shit. Wildest fit ever. Like crazy fit. He was just eating like a salad.
Gloves is already crazy, my nigga. Tank top and gloves.
Like the fingerless gloves though. You know what I'm saying? Like the biker shits with the knuckles and shit. Shit was wild. Shit was crazy.
But I watched Growing Up Hip Hop and he's on there and he wears like a whole bunch of like chokers and shit.
Yeah.
Like all the way up his neck, like a bunch of chokers
mad chain, like mad, like weird chains on the shit. It was weird. He looked like, he kind of like goth. He looked like he was a gothy ass nigga. I'm like, damn, this nigga is fucking not about, you know, I hate your daughter. What'd he say? I don't know. Stretch was super nice though. Like wordplay, like nigga, like if you go back and listen to like Naughty by Nature raps, like he was super fucking nice. Like I can't even really quote a lot of his lyrics because they were so like advanced and shit. And like how he was just like he could rap like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stretch.
Shout out to Tretch. 50 Cent, we went totally left on that with some other things I want to talk about, but never mind.
Little shit is over. We went through 10 topics. It was all dope.
Right, we went through 10 topics in one joint. 50 Cent, talking about exotic women, like exotic and black can't be the same thing as little shit.
It's not good. It's the shit.
I think it's shit too, because you don't have to down people to talk about your preferences, in my opinion. You can like whoever you like, but I don't understand how you're a race and you don't like that race. Period. Like, period. So that is shit. You know we gotta talk about this. I couldn't let this slide without talking about this. So, August Alsina.
Oh shit.
Made headlines for claiming that he was in a relationship with Jada Pinkett and stating that his truth is his truth. So y'all know, I think we've talked about this before, especially when August Alsina came out with that song Nunya, where he was talking about Jada Pinkett and being super fucking messy. Well, he did an interview with Angela Yee. Shout out to Angela Yee. He did an interview.
You sound like Webby.
What? Charlamagne Gay? What'd I say wrong?
Angela Yee. I don't know.
That's how I sound weird.
I don't know. It's fine. Shout out to Yee. She sucks at interviews.
I like Angela Yee. Let me tell you why I like Angela Yee. Because whereas Charlamagne is very straight on, asking you some shit, where it kind of make niggas nervous. They might want to answer, they might not, and he get the answer. Charlamagne is good at what he does because he gets the answer. But I feel like Angela Yee does not get enough credit for giving the fake concern to get you to say some shit.
She asked the nigga tell us about the Jada Pinkett shit versus, and then, but like, she like set it up.
But did you get the answer though?
20 minutes.
Did you get the answer though?
Goddamn. Like, you done answered the shit for him.
Envy couldn't have did that shit. So Angela Yee, I fuck with Angela Yee because Angela Yee like, I want to tell you that we already know. I want to tell you the shit we already know. So don't come in here with that bullshit. And what is it about Jada Pinkett? I fuck with Yee, and it could be because I'm a woman and I understand her interview style and I understand what it takes to get niggas to say some shit they might not want to say. So I give a shout out to Yee. She has a different tactic. And it might seem like she going around the bush. However, she always get the answers that she need. She always get. Can you say you don't get the answers?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. She got that answer. It's just, I just don't like her style, maybe. I mean, I like Yee though. I like Yee not for her interviewing prowess. Like, I like Yee for her fucking, like, her on-air personality and her wit and her banter, but I don't like her as an interviewer. Like, every interview that I have. I mean, cause I used to listen to, the lip service shit. So she did. I mean, but she was able to be more like herself. Like, she, you know, like, ask questions, but she funny with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when she did, I didn't enjoy that interview, but a lot of people did.
I didn't watch the whole interview, but I don't watch a lot of interviews with niggas. Like, I really gotta care about a nigga to watch they interview these days. Like when I had roles and jobs in which I had a lot of free time, I would listen to a lot of interviews about niggas I didn't really give a fuck about. Like, now my time is such a premium. Like, I gotta really want to know more about you to listen to your interview. And I'm not listening to a whole August Alsina interview. I could give two shits about August Alsina. Listen to that. I could give two.
Even when it was on the radio, though, I was like, I cut that shit off. I don't feel like hearing this shit.
Yeah, even like so the first thing I do in the morning is I turn on the radio. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, it's the Breakfast Club.
I only do that.
And
it's so weird.
Yeah, I do that. I still got to get up, get myself together, you know what I mean, start my day off and shit. So I turn on the radio. That's been my routine since the beginning of time, since I was in school, like fucking middle school and shit. I get up, I turn the fucking radio on, and that's what I do. I listen to whatever morning show that it is. Shout out to Russ Parr and all those people in DC. But yeah, I would listen to like the radio. So that is still my routine, even with COVID, because I still got to get up, get myself ready to go into my office and fucking do some work for the day. But you know, I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I fuck with Angela Yee. And if I listen to a interview, I'm listening to it because it's already on the radio. And even day interviews, if that shit boring, I turn that shit off and I listen to like a podcast, or I listen to like Spotify Tidal or some shit, like listen to somebody's album as I'm getting myself mentally prepared. You don't listen to anything before you start your day?
I used to, but this COVID shit is throwing my shit off. I'll sometimes listen to it, but I don't know. I might just be scrolling on Instagram about it, because I don't wake up. Like, I got to be to work at 8:30. I wake up at like 8:15. Like, for real, like, unless I wake up early enough, like if I wake up at 7:45 or some shit, and I'm just in the bed. But 9 out of 10, I'm just like, it's going to take me 15 minutes to scroll between Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and shit. So time is that. I need to get up and wash my face and brush my teeth and put my contacts in and mosey on across the fucking hall and to my fucking room.
Shout out to contact wearers. That is part of your fucking morning, putting your fucking contacts in and shit. Yeah. Beginning to see again. But we went off on a tangent again. But he had an interview with Yee. He says, I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. Due to the transformation of their marriage to a life partnership, they have spoken about several times, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing. He says that he totally gave himself in that relationship for years. Now, if y'all remember, Jada Pinkett talked about on Red Table Talk about how her marriage is more so a life partnership. And she said that they don't even celebrate their anniversary anymore. She said our union is totally different. She also made claims that they're not getting divorced. I don't care if I'm on one side of the house with somebody and you on the other side of the house. We're not getting divorced. Which to me, that's totally like over my fucking head with that. But, you know, August has gotten a lot of feedback or pushback on the internet, basically talking about how he a snitch, how he whipped, like how he shouldn't talk about the shit. What do you think about the whole situation now that this nigga's basically coming out saying like, this is what it is?
Yeah, that's for what though? Like, what's the point? Like, what are you proving? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. It seemed a little bitch made to me, but I want to understand.
It's a gay ass rollout, not gay in terms of gay, but you know, like just like some soft ass rollout shit. Like, why would you like? You're taking away from the music, which I'm not an August Alsina fan. Like, I like this first song, and I even bought the first album
because I love
that shit.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't do it.
I like August.
I don't name another August
I don't
song.
be rushing to listen to his albums and no shit. I don't even remember the last song August Alsina had.
Exactly. So it's not really that good of an artist. I mean, he can sing and shit, but I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. I ain't listened to his album because I don't really, his voice annoys me after a while. But I mean, he's got an album coming out, or had an album that dropped a couple weeks ago. So I don't know. This shit was just like ill advised. Like, what the fuck? Who gives a shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Shit was weird.
I just found that it was very like kiss and tell. Like, what are you trying to get out of this shit?
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Jada part of your rollout because the music is about her and that's how you want to go about that. Like, are you so heartbroken? Like, I mean, and you very well could be heartbroken. I'm not saying that as a man or as a person, you can't be heartbroken because you thought this shit was something that it wasn't.
You gotta keep it player though, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you
gotta know what you signed up for.
Yeah, like them niggas ain't
because you basically the superhead of R&B right now.
Yeah, I mean,
you telling stories about what the fuck you did that was supposed to be undercover, and niggas had a lot of energy for superhead. And like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, whatever. August is basically superhead right now. Talking all the shit. And and not only that, it's the double standard of you being a man. Like, man the fuck up.
Yeah.
This nigga literally had to walk again, B. Like, this nigga's been sick.
Right.
He's had his sister die, I think. He's had to literally learn how to walk again. He has like his 3 nieces and some shit. However, you said that this was the hardest shit you ever had to go through. Nigga, really?
Jada put that snatch on him.
I don't even want nothing that good. I don't want nothing like that.
Put that coin purse on him.
She put that clam on him.
She's fine though.
Jada is don't make my list. Jada is not an unattractive black woman. I won't say that, but Jada is very strong and masculine in the face to me. Like, right. Jada is very, like, right. Jada wouldn't be on my top 10 list. However, I do think Jada is, I think Jada is an attractive woman. She just wouldn't make my list, like, at all. What do you think that Will gave this nigga his blessing? What you think they got going on? What's your prediction? Or what's your thought of what they got going on?
I mean, it's been rumors that they always been with the wild sex. So that shit ain't that doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? It's just none of this shit surprises me, obviously, because it's 2020. But
for them,
it's in terms of like, you know, their relationship, and there's been rumors that they had, you know, open marriages and shit like that. Nah, that shit doesn't surprise me. But just the whole shit, like, shut up, nigga. Nobody really gives a fuck. Like,
nobody literally gives a fuck.
It's just a meme. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's going to be interesting when Jada does like her red table talk.
Yeah. It'll have 3 or 4 days worth of traction and then be on its way. Just like everything else.
So interesting, when I first heard the interview, right, and he said that their marriage had transformed. He went to talk to Will, that marriage has transformed, not involving romanticism. The way I took that statement initially was, I talked to Will about my relationship with Jada, but it did not include us having sex or romanticism. When I go back and listen, and then some days have passed, now I'm thinking his statement is Will and Jada don't have sex. Their relationship has transformed and they're no longer in a romantic state. How did you take that?
Good question. I mean, I feel like I don't know about that part. I just know that, I mean, if somebody's in a relationship with somebody to the point that they feel like it's the hardest thing in the world that they have going on, they were fucking. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get
you ain't about to get a nigga sprung off some hand holding.
Nah, shit, no. Like, you're not finna, like, nah. So, she was definitely giving it. I mean, Jada in love with fucking Tupac, and she be saying that shit. Like, you know, and that nigga been dead 20 something years.
Their relationship is super, like,
yeah, like,
I don't want to say disrespectful. Because it sounds like they have some type of agreement.
Yeah,
so it can't be like, disrespectful as long as it's within the confines of whatever you and your spouse define as the confines of your relationship.
She would fuck Pac today. If Pac came home, like, yo, I've been gone, you know, the whole Machiavelli theory that they had. Pac came home, she giving that nigga some pussy. She loves that nigga. Like, so.
And she talk about it in front of her very, wholesome appearing husband.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, all that shit is weird. However people
fuck
like,
is where the niggas at? Where the thugs at? Where the thugs at? I think that her and Will was something that ran its course. They are individuals who do not believe in divorce. Do you believe in divorce?
Yeah.
When necessary?
Yeah. Hell yeah. If you don't want to be with somebody,
they are the type that don't believe in divorce. I don't understand that. How dare I tie myself? Like, I think the other issue here is, like, people feel away departing from someone who didn't do them wrong. Like, if someone cheated on them or beat them or did something that was just totally disrespectful, they're okay with leaving. If they can't find a legitimate reason as to why I'm not trying to be with you no more, they find that shit hard to, you know, dissolve the relationship. Have you ever been with somebody and they were a good person? However, you just like, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm not feeling you anymore.
Yeah.
And if so, how did you handle that?
That person may or may not listen to the podcast. So I'd rather not speak on it just because I don't want to hurt their feelings all over again. But
how would they know that you're talking about them? If you're talking in general,
they definitely know. If I would have divulged anything, yeah. But yeah, I've had people, you know what I'm saying, and it's just, you know, you just got to kind of wean away, you know what I'm saying, and just be honest. I mean, honesty is always, you know, the hardest pill to swallow at times, but at the same time, it's the one that you got to use because at the end of the day, nobody can say that you did them wrong because you weren't honest with them. So be honest, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I've definitely been in that situation, and I've been in situations and situationships where I've tried to convince myself, like, yo, like, this person is a good person. They treat me great. They're great on paper. They got all their shit together. However, you can't fake it if it's not there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
If the energy and the chemistry is not there, whether it was there and it went away or it was never there, like, it doesn't matter. A person can be a good person and you not be with that person. If you breaking up with a person, you don't have to treat them like shit. It's just a real conversation of, I don't feel you. I feel like you can't make your body feel something you don't feel.
Right.
That is very hard. You can have sex with somebody, but you can't make yourself love somebody that you don't actually love, whether that love has went away or that love was never there in the first place. So, you know, I think that if these are the confines of their relationship, that's cool for them. I'm interested to see what this red table talk conversation is. And I am pro doing away with anything that does not serve you, period. Whatever that may be. So if it does not serve you other than, pretty much children, and at a certain age, you can tell them fuck off too. Like, you either you either with the program and we're serving each other or not. But, you know, at the end of the day, outside of children, I don't feel like it's any relationship that is mandatory for you to be in if it's toxic to you.
Yeah.
Not one. I can't think of one. Like, I know that a lot of people go through things with family members and shit like that. And like, we family. I don't go by that rule. Like, if it is toxic to me, I only get one life and I can't go down because we just happen to be related.
Yep.
I just can't. That's just me. Jada and August Alsina is lit as shit.
It's lit.
It's lit. It's lit to me. I want to see how that shit pan out. And I want to see, I feel like Will gotta say something eventually. Like, nigga, man the fuck up, especially if the reports are what they're saying, where Will is like, this shit is a lie, like that shit never happened, or a nigga disrespecting your woman. Like, even if y'all have this whole thing, at the end of the day, he disrespecting whatever the terms and agreements were for him and Jada's relationship.
Right.
And essentially, him and Jada, because you had to be cool with it for this nigga to be banging your wife out down the hall.
Right.
So, interesting stuff. We'll see how that shit pan out. You ready to give out some advice?
Yeah, let's do it.
I bet. We about to get into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listening letter segment. It's where we give advice to people who don't care about getting advice from high people and tipsy people. And today's letter comes from JB. And JB says, hi, fresh and be healed. Hi, JB.
What up?
He says, I love y'all show. The style of funny and insight you two bring is unmatched. One of my favorite pods.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, JB. I definitely appreciate
That's
that.
a fact.
He says, I have been in a long distance relationship for the past 9 months. Things were cool at first. I live in Atlanta. She lives in Dallas. Initially, we would fly out to see each other very often. Now with COVID, we don't see each other at all. She can't risk traveling or becoming infected because of the type of job she has. We FaceTime, we text, we talk a lot. However, I'm starting to feel like we are pen pals. Do y'all have any advice on how I can keep my new bae from losing interest during this odd time in the world? And that is from JB.
That's a great question, man. You want to beat off in front of her, like pull out the phone and just whip it out and start like phone sex or some shit, which is that shit'll get trashed after a while. But
that shit, I'm sure they've done that shit, and ain't nobody ever been like, "Ooh, a dick."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
definitely, on
that, like saying, "Oh, okay."
There's plenty of women that love. I mean, bitches love dick.
There's a lot of women who like to receive dick. I feel like the percentage is very, very small of women who just like to stare at dicks.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
There's some hoes that like to see the niggas beat off and shit and all that shit. They used to be one of my go-tos.
Beating off was your go-to?
Yeah, I beat off and shit, like, get the bitch horny and shit.
Wait, you talked about how, like, you have not been like the social media age and shit like that as far as like you're dating and you've been married for a long time at this point in time.
I
was this FaceTime beat off or was this real life beat off? This was
in the crib, like, shit.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah, just chilling, pull my dick out, start beating off some shit. And then it was weird.
And women like that?
That shit was mad creepy, but it worked. So.
Wait! How you gonna say women like it and then be like, that was mad creepy?
But it worked. And I ended up getting some pussy, so shit. Something happened.
So what made you go to the beat off versus trying to have sex? Cause you knew that the beat off liked her? She liked her?
Yeah, I had done it before or some shit, cause the motherfucker was like,
hey.
I was like, well shit. Pull this out the damn, out
go
the
with what word?
Literally. And figuratively. It worked. And I screwed.
I always tell chicks that like they be upset because they receive some shit or, you know, some nigga made some fucking outlandish, send them a dick pic, unrequested, dick pic or some shit like that. I said, look, niggas do that shit because it has worked for them at least once. So they're going to take their chances of this working again. But like, they be pissed off and shit like, why would this fucking nigga send me this shit, like be pissed off and shit. But I'm like, it had to work. I don't think a nigga would just send some shit if it had not worked for him in the past.
You definitely put some meat mail in the damn. That shit definitely
meat
work.
Mail. Yeah. That is hilarious. Meat mail. So besides jerking off, you got any other advice for JB?
I really don't. I have no idea. This COVID shit is weird. I don't know, man. I just say fucking and go see her, man. Like just wear a hazmat suit or some shit.
He said that she can't become infected. So based on that, it sounds like she don't want to see him. That's what I took from that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I would hate to have to be dating in fucking COVID times. You know what I mean? Like, especially a long distance relationship is tough enough.
Especially long distance. Like, because it's hard enough in the same place.
Yeah, it's hard enough, like, long distance without social distancing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's very true.
For you. I'm sorry.
Have you been in long distance relationships before?
Not really. I mean, like, from here to Greensboro or some shit like that, but, you know.
Nah, I don't think that.
Well, me and my old lady, before we got back, like we broke up and shit, she moved to like Northern Virginia, DC area and shit. So I would go up there on the weekends, but you know, I was doing shit on the weekday, so whatever. But I was trying to be good, you know what I'm saying?
I was trying to be good.
I fizzled out and I made it. Well, I ended up making her move down here, so I had to obviously, but prior to that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that shit was cool though, for what it was worth, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I just go up there on the weekends and shit, spend the whole weekend and then come back.
I feel like long distance relationships, well, I've never been in a long distance quote unquote relationship. I've been in long distance situationships, and long distance situationships are dope as fuck because every time y'all see each other, fireworks go off. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't around each other all the time to get on each other's fucking nerves. So every time y'all see each other, it's fucking bunny time. Mm-hmm. Like, you just fucking like bunnies all the time. And you know it's a limited amount of time you have. You only got one night town. You know what I mean? So shit like that is fucking dope. But based on like this COVID shit and not being able to even do that shit. Cause if you got money for a flight or a car, you Gucci. It don't matter. Depending on how far the person lives from you, of course. But if you got money or a car, you good. With this shit that's going on, it's extra hard because if you are fucking with somebody or if you're fucking with somebody, you gotta make sure that person and what they doing. You know what I mean? Like, where are you hanging out? Were you at the pool party at compound? Right. Because I can't fuck with you.
Why
you know
are your
mean?
clothes
like, right. Why is your hair wet? Why is your bangs wet?
FaceTime with a motherfucker and they'll goddamn your damn undershirt, your t-shirt wet as hell. You like, damn.
Hey, that's funny.
2 in the morning.
Hooping at 2 in the morning. You just came from compound with motherfucking a dick on top of your head and some titties in your face. Like, goddamn, like everything was going down that fucking compound. But I will say it is hard. One of the things I was talking about with somebody is like, goddamn, you don't even know if motherfuckers fine no more. Cause you can't see the main shit. Like a motherfucker take off that from the nose down.
Motherfucker, bitches been fine as hell in the grocery store. I'm like, god damn, your eyes is hidden.
Bitches been fine in the grocery store.
God damn, your eyes right.
They twinkle and glisten.
Fucked up out here.
Hey, no bullshit. Like, listen, a person could go from fucking Halle Berry to damn Cardi B old teeth in a minute. Right. As soon as they take that fucking mask off. Like,
it's a fact.
You turn into fucking, you turn into something from fucking Mortal Kombat or some shit. One of them monsters and shit. It is fucking hard in that respect. My advice to you, JB, I'm gonna tell you some shit that I've done in my situationships, my long distance situationships, which is actually a lot easier for you today because I used to like fucking watch movies and shit. Like we'll watch movies and shit together. You know what I mean? Now you have Netflix Party where you can literally sync up the movie. Like y'all can watch the movie at the same time in different places. Another thing you might want to do is try to coordinate dinner and shit together. Like, it's something that make it not just like your regular conversation. Like, y'all can go to the park together and not actually be together. All of this shit is gonna take a little bit of imagination. I'm just trying to give you.
This shit is fucking trash. I mean, it's a good idea, but that shit is so lame. I would be mad as fuck if I had to do some shit like that. Like, let me set my phone up right here, babe.
Hey, yeah. Like, you have to do that shit. When you in some long distance shit, like, you have to be creative because, of course, you can always have FaceTime sex and all that. And you're going to do that. It's no way around that. But as far as stuff outside of regular talking and regular fucking theatrics that you can do on like FaceTime and shit like that, like, you gotta try to make that shit some type of experience until she's willing to see you or y'all are willing to, you know, kind of see each other. Maybe you can put yourself in a fucking bubble and go see her.
Or just drive somewhere, like, drive and meet. Like, Dallas is far from Atlanta though, so that's probably like what, 12-hour trip?
That's a good little, that's a good little drive.
Yeah,
I mean, but it depends on what you want.
Yeah.
It depends on what you want. Like, if you really fucking with her like that, you'll drive 12 hours to go meet up with her. And I don't know what your job is. And if your job is like essential worker, you actually going into work or things like that, which might make it because I know, I know someone who, you know what I mean, like is a nurse. So with that being said, you working all the time in the hospital. Mm-hmm. I see you in 2021. I mean, it's your livelihood, so you can't, you know, forego that. However, again, like we talked about in the beginning of this podcast, it is nothing personal. Any one of us could have that shit. I could have that shit right now.
Right.
And not know it. You know what I mean? So it's not nothing personal where I think, you know what I mean, a person is dirty or unsanitary or, you know what I mean? Like some shit like that. Like they giving you they burning you like they giving you a fucking STD. Like Keisha Lace Bottoms the mayor of Atlanta has COVID. She don't have no symptoms. She asymptomatic.
That's what I'm saying. This shit is weird.
And tested positive.
Something ain't right.
You never know.
Something ain't right.
You never fucking know.
Motherfuckers be super like asymptomatic and then some motherfuckers be super sick like that. It's too much of a disparity, man. Like this shit ain't right. Something ain't right, bro. Like how is a disease able to withstand 97 and 98 degree days? You know what I'm saying? Like how is that shit? Like what the fuck is that? Like how is that? Nothing. That shit, man, I don't know, bro. This shit is weird, man.
And the way that these clubs and stuff is packed like that, the heat is high in that bitch too. I'm sure it's in the good 80s in that bitch.
Oh yeah. I don't know,
what I mean? With the heat outside and the way that shit been packed. But, yeah, man. So like, I just say try to be as creative as possible. Like B Hill said, like maybe y'all can meet up. I don't know what your job is, but you know, maybe y'all can meet up to where y'all have not a lot of human contact. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what her job is. Or she just don't want to fuck with you no more. Yeah. That could be too. Like, she got her COVID back here.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even fuck you up like that, JB. I ain't gonna even fuck you up like that. But, that's you true. Know, unfortunately, like, it's not a whole lot you can do. I know that there are things that people are inventing in which people are in the same place. I got an invitation. I don't even want to know. I think invitation is too loose of a word. I received information about a fucking drive up comedy show, right? Which I'm looking at, I'm like, all right, cool. Like that seemed dope. So I'm looking at the shit. The shit got Tony Terry. Do you remember do you know who Tony Terry is?
The singer? All I do is for you. That was my shit. I hear a sound. That was that shit that makes me laugh and smile. Oh yes, I know the word. And sing to you. That was that shit. I don't know. I'm not. That was a dope song. So he's going to be there. And like some comedians that
and
shit was fire. Tony Terry was that shit.
These niggas wanted $60 a person.
To sit in my car? To
sit in my car, drink my own drinks.
Shit, no.
You are fucking kidding me. I threw that shit. I laughed at that shit so quick and moved along. At first I was intrigued. I was like, all right, boom. Cause I went to an art show a week or two back, but it was a drive-through one. So you had to sign up for a time and you went through and like you saw this art or whatever. Like I like doing different shit.
Right.
And that was cool. Like I like the ingenuity that people are having during this time trying to figure out how to make shit shake. But going back to you, JB, that's all we got, bro. I apologize that we are not more creative than that, but I feel like we gave you something to work with for at least to work your July out.
I don't apologize. Hey, nigga. I can't help. Sorry. That's all I can do.
B said he can't fucking help. JB, let us know, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what you decide. And if any one of y'all out there in listener land wants some of this A1 advice, hit us up at the ain'tshitshow@gmail.com. That's the X where the I will be, and your letter may get read on the show. Be you ready to get into free smoke? Free smoke?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Free smoke is where we talk about any hot button personal issues. It can be anything from politics, petty, anything in between. And today's topic is acting versus appropriation. So recently, again, with all of the Black Lives Matter movement coming about and people starting to finally pay attention, a lot of the entertainment industry has been addressing issues that we've talked about for a very long time. Like we just talked about the Redskins and all this other shit. They're even trying to persecute the show Hamilton right now, right? Like y'all been knew what Hamilton was about. Y'all all went to that shit. I've never seen Hamilton. However, I know it's a big deal. I know that everybody who goes to New York see that shit. I know that it's been on tour. I know that niggas fucking rock with Hamilton. Now they're saying Hamilton is racist and is glorifying a slave trader. Y'all just found that out today?
Or is it just telling the history of Alexander Hamilton? Like, it's not.
I haven't seen Hamilton, but I know it's like kind of like a musical hip hop type.
Yeah, but it's basically like going through the world's ills and the fucked upness of Alexander Hamilton. It's not. I don't think it's a celebration.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard things about it. Now I'm not really a play kind of guy. I mean, I would if I had free tickets, I'd probably go, but
I would definitely go for free.
Yeah, for sure. Or for the
I would go for free.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a play person, but it depends on the play. Like, I'm not a Tyler Perry play type person. If y'all about to bust out singing fucking Negro spirituals,
that's
in the
what
middle
Hamilton
of
is. I mean, they rapping like Negro spirituals and shit. But.
Yeah, like I said, I would see it for free, for sure. I know it's kind of like a big deal, but you know, that's what individuals, or what the entertainment industry have been talking about. And I think it goes on this, it borderlines this whole symbolism versus substance type thing. It goes along with the theories that, or the things that we've been talking about as far as, you know, we've been talking about these things for a very long time, and now individuals want to pay attention. So the first thing I want to talk about is Halle Berry. Halle Berry was offered the role to play a trans man, right? And a trans man, for y'all who don't know, is a woman who becomes a man, who transitions into a man. A trans woman is someone who transitions into a woman. Based on their biological makeup, what they've been deemed as at birth, based on your genetics. Your genitals, really. You know, if you have a penis, you're a man. If you have a vagina, you're a woman. And these are people who don't feel the same way inside as their genitalia portrays. So Halle Berry talked about how she wanted to play that role, XYZ. She had a whole bunch of backlash, about playing that role. So the LGBT community feels like a trans person should play that role. I'm a little bit on the fence about this, only because I'm having, a dialogue in my head about what acting is and what appropriation is. And some things I'm just like, no, like, what the fuck? So, like, I feel like I don't like individuals playing African American roles if they are not African American. However, I have little problem with, and I understand where my hypocrisy comes in, and that's why I'm trying to talk this out. I don't like individuals playing African American roles that are not African American. However, I'm totally okay with individuals playing roles in which they look like that person.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you are, Colombian and you got a Puerto Rican chick playing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of pushback about, like, the roles that Jennifer Lopez would play. Jennifer Lopez, would play a white woman in a lot of shit, pretty much. There has always been pushback about that. Do you have any issue with Halle Berry playing the role of a trans man?
I don't. I really don't. I mean, if she doesn't want to do it, I support her too, but I really don't. I don't really have a dog in the fight, so to speak. So I don't really know. Yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I mean, she's a great actress. She's a fucking Academy Award winning actress. So I mean, she's just playing a role. But again, like I said, it's a slippery slope.
Would you have a problem with a white woman playing in the biopic of Halle Berry?
Probably, but she's half white, so it kind of be hard to like totally, like,
okay,
her mom's white, so
I don't understand that.
It's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying? Like a white woman, she's half white, so it wouldn't be a stretch, even though she is a black woman, obviously, because she's brown and shit. But I mean,
what about the white dude who played Michael Jackson? Was that a problem for you?
It was a white dude who played Michael. What was talking about?
Yeah, it was a white dude who played Michael Jackson in one of them movies after Michael Jackson.
Well, Mike was black, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a black man, so I mean,
would you be okay? So my problem with that particular white dude is that he looked just like a white dude. Mike looked like somebody who tried to transform themselves into white.
Yeah.
So it's a different pigmentation and shit like that. Mike was weird. It just is what it is. Mike was a weird motherfucker. Rest in peace. You a weird motherfucker with a lot of fucking shit behind your name. But would you be okay if a white person played you in a movie? What if it was nigga with a tan? Like a white dude with a tan. Or a Puerto Rican dude.
Nah.
Would you be okay?
I mean, like a Cuban nigga, like you gotta be of the same hue. Like you gotta be of the same
okay, so
hue.
it's the hue.
Yeah, it's the hue. So,
okay.
Yeah. I mean.
So if a Cuban nigga played you, a Dominican nigga, a Puerto Rican nigga played you in the movie, you would be okay with that. As long as he was a person of color. Yeah,
pretty much. As long as you have some similarities. If you're a good ass actor, then you do a good ass job and, you look fairly like me, then yeah, absolutely. Like, cause I mean, if you go into motherfuckers who are English and have, or, British and have, come and do American accents and they body that shit and you to the point where you never know. Like, you can, should they do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, should you be able to change your voice? You know what I'm saying? So I don't fucking know, man. I don't be knowing shit. It's too much shit to think about.
I don't be knowing shit. It's hilarious.
It'd be too much shit to think about, man. Like, just too much shit.
Your brain will explode.
Cause this was like, what if a trans man wants to play a trans woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we have an issue with that? I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or what if a trans man wanted to play a man?
Right.
Would you be okay with a trans man playing B Hill in the movie?
If he's a good actor, I don't know. I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, if you just do a good job and like, it's not a misrepresentation completely, like, it's not like, it's like Cleopatra being like Elizabeth Taylor. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a black, like, it's just too slippery. I don't fucking know. Just certain shit just makes sense.
It's a lot. And that's why I wanted to talk through this because I found biases within myself. Like, well, if you like this, why don't you like that? You know what I mean? Like, if acting is acting, if a person basically what I'm hearing you saying is like, if a person can pull off the role, then the role is there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I mean, cause I never seen Elizabeth fucking Taylor do Cleopatra. I don't know if she did a good job or not, but I don't know. It's just, we'll deal with it. It's a case by case scenario, I guess. That's what it boils down to me for. I don't know. It's too much shit to think about. I just think about it when it comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Just.
So what about
bigger fish to fry?
What about, okay, so, I found out, cause I am a person who watches adult cartoons. I love cartoons. I've always loved cartoons. I don't have no plans on stopping watching cartoons. Family Guy and Cleveland is one of my favorite cartoons. And Cleveland Brown, I did not know this, was voiced by a white guy named Mike Henry.
But Cleveland don't even sound like a black dude. It just sounds like a cartoon.
So that's where my questions lead, because to me, there are cartoon characters that just happen to be black, right? And when I say that, they're just like this generic fucking character and they painted it black. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any black culture or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like they're just a character they put in to fill the quota. But a nigga like Cleveland, here's my problem with Cleveland. Cleveland used to do over the top black shit. Like super black shit. Like shit where if you black, you laughing at that shit cause it's some black shit, right? So that's where my problem come in, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is like animated blackface.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I'm just like,
but then you got Cree Summer, who does fucking like Rugrats voices and shit. Granted, they're not doing like overtly white shit, but you know what I'm saying? But I get it though. Like, I don't know. This shit is heavy.
And so that's my thing. Cause I'm just like, there are characters that I don't have like this, blanket statement of.
Yeah, it's just case by case.
White people shouldn't play black characters. Black people shouldn't play white characters. Especially when we're talking about animation, right? Cause these are not real people. These are characters that you guys have developed. But like, do you watch Cleveland?
Nah,
you don't watch that.
I used to watch Family Guy a lot, but I stopped.
Okay, so if you know Family Guy, you know a little bit about Cleveland, right? And Cleveland was like, oh, you sirs? Like Cleveland was like, had a daddy that won't shit. Like his like, he had like, Cleveland had like some black shit going on, right? Like, and you were okay with it because that was shit that was dealt with in the black community. But now that I know that a white man been doing this blackface the whole time, like I feel totally different about this shit.
Right.
And I'm just like, no, like that's some animated blackface type shit. Like that ain't cool. But then you have like a Regina King, right? Who plays two black boys. Right. As a man, do you have a problem with that?
No.
No, because she's black and she knows the black experience.
It's a cartoon. I don't know.
Okay.
I just leave it in the fantasy world that it is. You know what I'm saying?
If you found out that Boondocks was an all white cast, how would you feel about that?
I probably wouldn't like it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's too much for me, man. It's just too much for me. Like I probably wouldn't like it, but if it's a good show, then it's a good show. I don't know, man. So
you willing for them to be like watermelon nigga thugnificent?
Probably not.
And it's some white people behind that.
It's just stupid. It's just I don't know. You get into the minutia.
I think it's okay that I think it's okay. Me personally, I feel like it's okay to admit that you have some biases and some hypocrisy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right? I think that is okay. I feel like that's where a lot of people are going wrong with it. By saying like, I'm not racist or I don't like black people or I don't like whomever. And they can't admit the fact that there is some hypocrisy there. I know that there's some bias and some hypocrisy in the way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly don't really give a shit that Apu from The Simpsons is played by a white guy.
Right.
But I'm sure the Indian community is probably like, the fuck? Like, that's fucked up. That's appropriation. You don't just go around saying shit, acting like you're a part of our community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, that is there. I found out that there are like a lot of black characters being played by white people. And again, to me, my line is, are you a generic character that's painted black, or are you a character that's supposed to personify black culture?
Right.
That's where my line is. Like, if the Proud Family was white, I would have a problem with that.
White Proud.
White Proud. If the PJs were white, I would have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, Cleveland Show is about a black family doing black shit. Yeah. Like, she got some kids by a no good nigga. He came in. He done married her and took on her kids.
Yeah, that shit's fucked
She
up.
got a fat ass son that got diabetes and shit. Like, it's some black shit.
Man, funny as hell.
That go on the Cleveland Show. Oh, any last thoughts in regards to characters and like acting?
Black power
versus appropriation.
Black power. Black lives matter.
Black lives matter. And don't be like Terry Crews or Lil Wayne, coon asses. I don't know what Terry Crews is trying to do. My theory is Terry Crews is over Hollywood and he wants us to cancel him. So he don't have to do it himself. Yeah. I can give a fuck. Like, I could never see Terry Crews again and be 100% fine with that.
If you've seen one peck, you've seen both of them jump. And like, I was watching a movie over the weekend. It was Blended. That shit's funny as fuck with Adam Sandler and, damn, what's her name? God damn it.
Jennifer Aniston?
Nah, no. The other blonde one that was in E.T. and shit.
E.T.
He did 50 First Dates with her.
Christina Applegate?
Nah, he did 50 First Dates with her. Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, man, that shit funny as a bitch. That shit, but Terry Crews is in there and they go to Africa and shit. That shit was funny as a motherfucker. But he was in that motherfucker doing the
I'm looking for some comedy. I'll check that out. You said it's called Blended? I've heard of it.
Yeah, that shit funny as a bitch. Like, that shit is funny as hell. Like, it came on Comedy Central and me and Tiv had just started watching the shit over the weekend and shit. And I was like, damn, this shit funny as hell. I had never seen it before. But he in there doing a damn popping his pecs and doing some jig shit, some stereotypical fucking him shit. He gets on my nerves. I'm like, this nigga, I'm tired of him. So, yeah.
Man, Terry Crews is lame as fuck. Super. You're a super coon. You so determined to not make black people superior. You know how far we gotta get to be superior?
Right.
As far as like, the structure of America is concerned. Yeah. Now, we already superior in a lot of ways, but as far as the structure of America is concerned, like, nigga, calm the fuck down. Like, you see your president getting out of control every fucking day and you want to make sure that black people know their place and that they don't get out of control with thinking. He said, I don't want people to confuse Black Lives Matter with Black Lives Are Better.
Nobody is.
He said it's some black supremacy. Nigga, you black is a bitch.
You fucking, nigga, you got mad
being
muscles.
Black and you scary.
Like, the reason you fucking, nigga, you trying to be like a black supremacist, why the fuck you got all the muscles? You don't need them shits to fucking, like, dance. You trying to be a supremacist with muscles.
Facts. Is his wife black?
She's funny looking.
I don't even remember what his wife
They used to have a
like.
fucking show. She looked like, I think she mixed and shit. Like, she looked like, they used to have a show on BET.
He seemed like a mixed nigga. She might exotic.
Be. Nah, exotic. That bitch ain't exotic. She just mixed.
She just mixed. Yeah. That's a fact.
She is.
I just don't feel like.
She looked like his wife. I'll say that.
Hey, I just typed in Terry Crews and the first thing that said, oh, yeah. Yeah. So Rebecca King Cruz, she gives me the same vibes that your boy wife give Ghost. What's that nigga name? Ghost from Power.
Oh yeah. Marilyn Manson.
His wife give me the same vibes as that nigga wife.
But
like she looks kind of like
at least that
masculine.
She white, but this lady's mixed or something. She got something in her. She ain't all the way white.
The picture that I'm looking at, she kind of has her hair like Ghost's wife. What's that nigga name so I can stop calling him Ghost? Amari Hardwick, who tried to kiss Beyonce. Amari Hardwick, give me like that same vibes. And she's super, let me see. One of the questions is what ethnicity is, and it say African American. Interesting. I want to see her parents.
Yeah.
I want to see her parents. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for listening to the show. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit us up at theaintshitshow.com. That's the X where the I will be. And y'all can follow us on social. Y'all know where we at. Twitter, IG, Facebook, all that, YouTube. Y'all can listen to us on, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, all that. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all know we like to, end the show with a quote. And today's quote is, you must find the courage to leave the table if respect is no longer being served. And until next week, I want y'all to fight the power, wash y'all hands, manifest y'all destiny, and the marathon continues.
Yeah.
We out.